What is up, everybody? Rajay back in the house here with Todd, the trusty sidekick, as people know him as. What is happening and what is going on? Hopefully, you guys are having a great Thursday out there as we get ready to kick it a little bit. And we were just talking a little bit ago, but heading towards the end of this week, Todd, and a little bit of ice down where you're at, a little bit of snow where I'm at, which I think we did have some ice as well, but yeah, some people were stuck on the highway for 4 and 5 hours trying to get home from work. So you were fortunate not to be in that situation, and I was fortunate not to be in that situation.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
That would drive me crazy to be stuck on the road that long, not going anywhere. I'm the worst.
Yeah, that sucks. I'd assume drive 3 hours out of the way just to be moving rather than just sitting in traffic for 3 hours.
Yeah, they were just sitting on the highway and couldn't go anywhere. But, of course, it wasn't as bad as what happened down in Fort Worth. I don't know if you saw the video of that down there with the ice and the wreck they had.
Yeah, I was going to say that. It was like 100 car pile up or something like that?
Yeah, like 100 something. I think the death count is like 6 now and like hundreds of injuries or something. So, I mean, I saw some of the video footage, and it was just crazy. Like, they couldn't stop. The cars and trucks couldn't stop. And then, like, this tractor-trailer slamming, flipped a pickup over. I mean, it was like watching Bad Boys or something. I mean, it was just like a crash scene. So, it's terrible. But they're not used to
things that are
worse than Dallas.
I wonder how the car got on the top of the pile. Did you see that?
Well, they were getting knocked around. The tractor trailers were slamming into them. I saw one, like to the one truck, I saw it get flipped over, basically. It got hit from behind and did like a cartwheel. So, yeah, some of that stuff, it was just like getting launched out of a cannon with some of the impact, the way it looked. It's, I mean, it's fortunate that, it said that 6 people died, but it's fortunate that's only the amount that died when you saw the footage. Because some people had, just their cams from their phone that were kind of recording it because the other side was open and people were stopping to see what was going on, and it was just carnage, like just flying around.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, so count your blessings every day you get up and you're able to walk away and not be involved in something like that for sure. So
absolutely.
Let's see here. See who's all here tonight. We got Vanessa in the house first in. What is going on, Vanessa?
What's up, Vanessa?
Oh, Vanessa, you should have been here Monday night. We had one of the hottest women chats ever. It was off the hook. So if you get a chance to get back and check that out, we had some good stuff there. I figure you were probably caught up on some other things, but I think you would have enjoyed some of the stuff we were talking about. We got Wayne in the house. Yeah, cheers, Wayne. What is happening, brother? And you guys don't know Wayne's beer delivery. Make sure to check him out. He's out there putting his new videos out there, doing his beer thing as well. Friday Eve is correct, so we're going to start drinking because it is Friday Eve. And I have not drank that much this week. Like I said, I've been usually not drinking as much during the week, just kind of waiting to the weekend a little bit and getting some other stuff in. I think I had maybe 1 beer this week since last Thursday's show. So I don't do a dry month, but I'll do dry days, sometimes a dry week. So
yeah,
kind of mix it in. I don't think you need to take a whole month off. That's just crazy. So what is going on, Jimmy? Beer professor in the house, cuffing stuff. I'm a beer professor, but he's a grilling professor over there, cuffing stuff. You don't know Jimmy? Check him out as well. I need to actually catch up with some of his videos because pretty soon it'll be warm again and I'll be grilling. So need to be checking out some things there. Jimmy's got some fantastic recipes that he puts down on his channel. And Vanessa says hello again. We got Gilbert in the house. Cheers, Gilbert. A happy week of your birthday. The big 4-0.
What's up, Gilbert?
I know you're having a great week drinking some great things because that's what you do, son. And so good to see you there. We got VC in the house. Cheers, brother. Cheers, RJ and Todd. And VC, another new YouTuber, great guy up there in Michigan doing his thing as well. Of course, we got great beers up in Michigan, so he's getting some good stuff coming his way. Wayne said hello to Vanessa. Vanessa got the vaccine, one of Pfizer vaccine today. Very nice. So definitely want to make sure you get those 2 out there.
There you go.
You're definitely in that high risk group for sure. So that is awesome. Jules in the house. Cheers, Jules. Good to see you as well. Happy Thursday to you. Hopefully you're doing great this evening. And hopefully the arm is healed back well as well. I haven't talked to you in a bit, so hopefully that's all better. Let me see. We got Maltis Swami in the house. Cheers, brother. What is happening?
What's up, Swami?
Swami, the biggest Senators fan out there in hockey, is doing this little YouTube right now. I think the Senators having a rough start, but Swami's Senators, ride or die. He's going to always be a Senators fan, it seems. Decided that people in my situation may benefit greatly from fact. Well, yeah, definitely. So that's why it's good that you actually got in there. And saw a thing today that they signed to get 200 vaccines, 200 million vaccines by, I think it's June or July. And at that point, it'll be like 300 vaccines. So not a full 100%, but pretty close. I mean, we're like, what, 340, 350? So, you get enough of that vaccine into society, you do have some of that herd stuff that'll kick up. So, but that's how you feel. And Jules said, "Was it like a guinea pig, like a stuck guinea pig?" So he's a little Swami, but I wanted to get your show, but Life Intrusion, I did not get that anyway. So yeah, I figured you had some stuff happening as well. But it's a good thing with YouTube; you can always replay. But we had some pretty good stuff on there. It was something that was long overdue to have for a conversation. Cheers away, doing okay. To Eric, Sonic, I developed 3 heads. Y'all must call me Hydra. 3 heads from the shot. Moose Cow's in the house. Cheers, Christina. Good to see you as well.
What's up, Moose?
And BC says, cheers, everybody. Cheers, BC. And hey, Jules. Hey, everybody's always so cordial and nice. VC, Christina. We need 600 plus million vaccines because it takes 2 days. Well, yeah, but at least getting the first vaccines out. Unless they get Johnson & Johnson. Right. Johnson & Johnson is a 1-dose one, so we'll see how that goes. But it has a lower effective rate, they're saying, thus far. So we'll see what happens. But welcome, everyone, as we kick back tonight. You guys are drinking something. Let us know what you're drinking out there in the comments. I'm actually going to crack open for the first beer, Lagunitas from the Woodshop series. I got wood. Sonoma sour farmhouse ale aged in Sonoma red wine barrels. So this is the 2020 8.2% ABV. Have not had a Lagunitas beer in a long time. So
I've got one of those downstairs.
Do you?
Yeah.
Did you get the 4-pack or did you just get one individually?
I just got a single. I haven't tried it, but
yeah, this one, like I said, 8.2%. And I do like a nice farmhouse ale, and with the red wine barrels, I said, why not give that a shot? So yeah, I got a 4-pack. I think the 4-pack was $12.99 at Jungle Gyms. So
yeah, nice.
You feel like for Lagunitas, it's almost a premium for Lagunitas. So.
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
it really is.
So, this must be special. So, what you got over there?
I am drinking another one from Gallant Fox Brewing Company in Louisville, Kentucky. This is the Coffee Creamer. It's a cream ale aged on vanilla and Honey Brothers coffee.
Nice. I like
do you guys have Honey Brothers down there?
No, I haven't seen them.
Okay, they're kind of maybe it's a more local thing, but there's a bunch of them around here. Kind of like a Starbucks kind of coffee place. I'm not really sure where they're out of, but so they could be more local. But anyway, they're a coffee outfit here. Not had this one. This comes in at 5.5% ABV. So let's see what it has. Of course, I had one on the show last week, and it was really good. So far, everything I've had from them has been good. I've got another one down in the fridge that I picked up at the same time as these, and they also sold it with a little candy bar. It almost kind of reminded me of those like Star Crunch, Little Debbie.
Yeah,
it's kind of what it looked. It's kind of what it looked like. So I'm kind of curious. So I had to pick up the candy bar too to see if the flavors kind of meld. If they got it hit it on the head with the beer or not.
Little parent action. This one's like a little bit vinegary on the
So,
nose. It's kind of interesting. So you definitely get the sour from the yeast strain that was used there.
I'm kind of curious about that one.
It's got some tartness to it. Definitely hits you like dead center of the tongue for the most part. But it's a little vinegary on the nose. It's got a little bit of a medium body to it. You can feel it for a little bit afterwards on the duration after the swallow. It's decent, I would say, for this one. Again, you're probably looking at a little bit more of an acquired taste. You got to be a farmhouse ale type fan, I think. You do get a feel kind of the wine there. You get a little bit of the woodiness in there in play from the barreling that was used. Really get a nice feel in the cheeks where you pick up some of that flavor there. You get that feeling where you have to suck it in a little bit there, but like a little bit of an astringency. But it's nice. It's decent.
What was the ABV on that one again? Did you say
yeah, this one 8.2 session ale.
8.2. Okay.
Got a nice color on it too, though.
Sessionable.
Nice clarity, nice color to it. Head doesn't last too long, but
kind of looks like the same color as mine.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like a little brighter copper type feel to it. But I like farmhouse ales, so I do dig that one there. How's yours going down?
Yeah, they're definitely they're definitely an acquired taste for sure. But I like them also.
Yeah, what about yours?
This one's pretty good. It's definitely get the coffee for sure in it. Don't really feel much of the vanilla, even though it says it's aged on vanilla. I do get more of the coffee. Not as much on the nose, but in the flavor you do for sure. Kind of get a little bit of a creaminess out of it. Kind of, I guess maybe hence the coffee cream. Maybe that's where the vanilla kind of kicks in a little bit.
Right.
That just been sitting out of the fridge for a good 30 minutes or so. So did I let it warm up? Maybe 40 minutes. Pretty good. I mean, it does have the cream ale kind of qualities to it. Yeah, it's really smooth. I mean, it'd definitely be a sessionable type beer for sure. Like the coffee's not overpowering, but you can tell it's there. Would like to get a little more of the vanilla flavoring in it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's pretty good. You know, it's not anything that's going to knock your socks off or blow you out of the water or anything. But if you were to pick it up and drink it, and I'd drink more than one of them. You know, not that I can because I don't know if they have any more of them. But
drinking more than one, that can happen.
Yeah, but it's pretty good. So far 2 for 2 on the ones I have had from there.
Nice.
Pretty good so far. So yeah, I'm digging them. Definitely go down and try again.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to checking them out. So
they got another can release.
Yeah.
I was say they got another can coming out tomorrow. And I was sending it to my brother. I forget what it was now. It's dang, I forgot what it was. I have to look it up now. But the can art looks like remember the old Mike Tyson punch out game?
Oh yeah,
Whitey blow. Kind of look the can art. The can art kind of looks like that. Let me see if I can find it real fast.
Was that 8-bit action back then?
I believe so.
Yeah,
it might have been 32.
No, was it? You think? I'm trying to think. That would have been back in
maybe 16,
the 80s. I would have said it was 8-bit with Mike Tyson Punch Out.
It could have been.
I mean, 16 was Genesis. That was Genesis when it came out.
It might have been 8-bit. That's a good question. No, I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
It would probably make sense if it was, because there's not much to it, really.
I know I put a lot of quarters in the machine back then, so.
Let's see if I can.
I see here.
God, I remember one of those that had the screens on top.
Yeah. I see. BC's actually drinking Keystone Ice tonight. A little Keystone Ice. Haven't had that. I don't think I had that since I did the review on it a couple years ago, maybe. Whenever I did that review on it.
Oh.
I was drinking more when I used to play softball. Wayne stopped at a local tap room after work with a buddy. Had a flight of their ales and lagers. Very nice. Anything that stands out with it, Wayne, or what one did you actually end up going by? And Julie ended up rocking the PBR. She's predictable, right? Julie likes her PBR. Nothing wrong with that. You go for what you like.
Oh, it was a German ale.
What's the name? Let me see.
Von Kaiser German ale, but it looks like
really the Mike Tyson punch out
or punch out or whatever it was called.
Yeah,
but pretty cool can art.
If they were going to do a video game, they should have did Beer Tapper. That was the old school video game. Catch all the beers coming out of the bar. Yeah,
that game was so frustrating.
A lot of games were back then because back then you didn't get a chance to just finish where you left off. You had to go back and start over when it was done. So there was no just continue.
Or have enough quarters to continue.
Right. Oh, but it's a VA hospital appointment early morning, so I'm drinking water, ice. Okay, well, makes sense there. And hopefully you'll pick up some stuff this weekend. Well, I think you told us last time, with some of the Dragon's Milk and a 4 extra stout, but I know we're supposed to get the storm coming in. This next storm is supposed to come in Monday, I think. Monday and Tuesday. I think it's supposed to roll up to where Vanessa and them are probably about Wednesday or Thursday. So this one's supposed to bring some more stuff with it, so we'll see what happens. But I feel like the weather people can never get it.
Sand is supposed to be worse.
Yeah. But then I'm thinking, well, if they're saying it's the worst, then it's probably not going to be as much they say it is, because we were only supposed to get 1 or 2 inches the other day, and the people were getting 10. And, supposedly this is the station with the most accurate. Nowhere near the most accurate. And I don't know if you saw on Facebook, the Amazon van got stuck in front of the house. So they had to send a tow truck to come pick it up.
I saw that.
I'm like, I want to tell them, like, if you got any PS5s, let them stay here. I'll keep them safe,
Got to get those warm. Can't let those get too cold.
Yeah, poor guy was in the van for at least, because I was working, because I was going to go out see if I could help him, but I was like, I couldn't leave because of the phone stuff I had to do for work. So I think it was around 3:30 where he got stuck out there. So he was out there till at least 5, and I went out there about 5:15 and, asked him, if he needed what was going on or happening. And, like, the wife put together, like, a couple bottled waters and some snacks for him because he'd been out there so long, so he's probably hungry or something, and got out there. Nice. Time I got out there, another guy was coming from Amazon to try to see if he can get him out. Like, one of the managers, I think, was smartly, because you've been to my house before, he parked at the top of the hill because he got stuck down here too. And he tried to get him out.
That.
Yeah.
Surprising and slide back down towards your driveway.
Well, he was down there. He was almost on top of the mailbox at one point, but the front wheel drive van just couldn't get him out at all. So they finally had to get a tow truck, and poor kid was like he was probably like 18 or 19. He was an NKU student over there, but he was gracious for the bottle water and the snacks and stuff. And he wasn't a little fella, so I know he was probably hungry. I know he was probably when he got out. I was like,
fried bologna sandwich.
Yeah, fried bologna sandwich would have done wonders, I'm sure. And then, like, the tow truck came and picked it up like half an hour later or whatever. The tow truck guy, he was pretty careful coming down as well because he was afraid he's going to get stuck, it looked like. So he was able to get it all out, though. But, yeah, then they had the roads. Great. Yeah, but it's like, and then it was funny because the wife was expecting a package that was supposed to be there by 10 yesterday. And then she had a thing on Amazon today saying it was lost. Like, she's like, I wonder if it was on that van. He never got out to really deliver it because he got stuck or something. Like, what if it was on that van? It was here, but they took it back. to the warehouse when the tow truck was going to take it. And it's like, wait a minute, you could have dropped the package off first before you left that van there.
Yeah, right.
So maybe it was,
like,
maybe it wasn't.
Already here.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was kind of interesting to watch the Amazon truck get stuck in front of the house. Gilbert is drinking on a Manu Saison, son. So he's got the Saison going as well. For some reason, I'm thinking of Angel's Envy. Ooh, a little whiskey. I've had that before. Malted is watching some hockey and drinking some milk stout. Yeah, he's big into the hockey. Let's see here. And trying to scroll down. I hit the button too quickly here. Hey, what's up, Kevin? What's up, fellas? I'm enjoying a natural ice. I haven't had a natty ice. I don't think in a while either. Which I've done the review of the natty ice. Yeah, natty ice, Keystone ice. Might be an ice type night.
Might as well. It's outside. Might as well have one in your glass.
By the way, I got the Pabst Blue Ribbon coffee finally. I finally picked it up just to go ahead and give it a try. Because I know you've been telling me I should try it because you thought it was pretty good.
You'll like it.
Yeah. So I'll do it this weekend. It was like a 4-pack was like $8.99 or something. So I went ahead and grabbed it or whatever. So I was like,
kind of reminds me along the lines of that liqueur tequila or whatever that we had, in a sense. Not as strong as that, but from a beer standpoint.
Well, even that liqueur was only, I think, I want to say it was like 20% ABV. So for a liqueur, it wasn't as strong, but it was smooth. That's for sure.
No.
I thought about cracking one tonight, but I got to work.
You can probably.
I didn't want to have coffee.
Probably actually mix that in the. Yeah,
that would be an idea. That would be an idea. So I may have to go out to the store this weekend. Well, I will have to go out to get some food. So I may have to stop at the liquor store and pick up some of that, or some other cordial I can put into it. Maybe some Baileys into it. I want to have you present to the final. You're talking to Swami. Swami went back to the game. Have a great show. All right. Favorite was their brown ale and amber ale. I always like a nice brown ale for sure. And I'm glad I'm seeing more people start to make those. I'm seeing them pop up a little bit more nowadays, which is nice.
That's what I had last week from Gallon Fox. It was a brown ale with pistachios.
Yeah.
Pistachios. Pretty good.
Yeah. And an amber ale is always a nice, easy drinking type beer, too. So.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin's down in Virginia. Expect to snow this Saturday. Yeah, so I'm actually over here in Kentucky. So just basically 2 states over, right? So when we get coming through here, well, I don't know. You get it from a different direction? Because I was thinking we're supposed to get it like on Sunday and Monday or Monday and Tuesday. I would think that would be the next day for you. But maybe there's some other stuff maybe you're getting the stuff that we just got. Because it was
probably so.
Yeah.
So I found out, I think it was the AirPods of Shannon's that I was using that made the sound on your end look different.
Oh, really? Is that what it was, you think? That was fun?
Yeah, because now I just disconnected them and it looks fine now. And I messaged Shannon, turn it on for a minute and see if Rod's sounds okay to you. She goes, yeah, it looks good to me. I'm like, it's got to be those. And they're both Apple products, which I'm not a fan of Apple products, but I'll use them. And but you would think they would sync better than that. I don't know. So everything is still on my end, trying to reply to you.
I was looking like a Chinese flick there for you.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, the Godzilla's on Sundays or Saturdays or whenever that used to be on.
But the funny thing with StreamYard, sometimes you don't know what may be happening. So it's like, I don't know, maybe there is something going on my end.
Because you're saying I looked fine on your end, and so I was like, maybe it's these AirPods, whatever the hell they're called. Whatever.
Let me see here. We got Ron Sutton in the house. What is going on, Ron Sutton? I apologize for last night. I didn't like to be called a peasant by that wine shop. Did he call you a peasant last night, Ron?
Wow.
She does the wine Wednesdays, but I didn't know that. Yeah, wow. Ron, you kick it back with the ham, son.
Wine snob.
Getting stuck in 2 inches of snow is sad. Well, yeah.
It's a lot for here.
Well, for here where I'm at, we actually had having. I think we were more like 5 or so, but yeah, the Amazon vans aren't really made for snow travel, so it wasn't really as equipped. Which one thing with Amazon, as much money they have, you would think as the seasons would change, they would have like kits for their drivers in case something would have happened. Like, ask like, you got any gravel or anything like that, or kitty litter, and like, he's like, did they have an emergency kit? And they're like, oh no, they just give us these vans to drive. I'm like,
yeah,
they should give you some, yeah, that should be like part of the thing of basically getting them ready for winter. I'm like, if he would have been in one of the back hills of Kentucky, like delivering Amazon,
oh yeah,
like, he would have been screwed. Yeah, and if a tow truck couldn't get down some of those roads, could have been easily around the corner from where I'm at, he would have been screwed down there.
Right? Yeah, totally. Yeah, which makes sense now because about 40 miles north of here, they got like certain areas 4 to 6, some areas 6 to 8. So that would probably just come straight across to your all's area from here. So that probably makes sense. So we missed the snow, but we were getting more of the mix, sleet and ice down here than snow. It was just enough to make it white, but it wasn't enough to really still see the grass and everything.
Yeah, like for here, like down in Dry Ridge and Crittenden, which is past that 75-71 split a little bit, they were getting more ice there as well. So that's definitely just south of us and across from you.
It was kind of one of those deals where you wake up, we looked out this morning and everything, all the branches and everything was all crystallized looking because of all the ice. I mean, it's cool looking, but it sucks for driving.
Yeah.
And they're worried about power lines, going down and stuff, which I think some did because of the ice, the weight of the ice, weighing in on it. So,
yeah, they were saying that here too. They were worried about something like that was going to happen, but luckily we didn't have to go through any of that stuff. So that was a concern there. Which when the power goes out, freaking Duke Energy is like the worst. So.
Oh yeah, we used to have Duke at our other house. Oh,
yeah,
they were terrible. Your power goes out, you might as well find your generator somewhere to keep things going because who knows when this is going to come back on.
Yeah, like at nighttime, it's like, well, just go to sleep now because it's not going to be on anytime soon, probably.
Knock on wood, we don't have it here. We have our EMC, which is right down the street from us, and I don't know that we've ever lost power. It's flickered a couple of times. We don't know that we've ever lost power for any amount of time, which has been nice. Yeah.
Kevin said, I'm trying to get some Bell's Two-Hearted Ale this weekend. I'm craving it. It's a nice beer to get. It's funny. I did the second podcast on the podcast show this week, and I actually put the replay up on the YouTube channel for everybody that kind of want to see behind the scenes of that podcast I did. But one of the things I was talking about was overrated beers, and started out with Bell's Hop Slam and what people thought about some of the stuff overrated, if you thought it was overrated. And there's a lot of people that pretty much thought it was overrated at this time for what you end. And like for Hop Slam. And like Didi responded and said where he's at, like 25 for a 6-pack. And I'm like, to me, that's not 25 for a 6-pack beer. No. Yeah. But there's someone else that put a Sculpin. Well, I thought Sculpin is one of those ones overrated too for like 18 for a 6. I don't think it's like that level for sure either. But I was trying to think of other beers that might be overrated as well that are still out there, kind of like, really, you're still out here doing this? Like, you're not.
I have a friend who loved Hop Slam 4 or 5 years ago. Like he was kind of just getting into craft beers, and he fell in love with Hop Slam. So every year he was getting it and buying it by a caseload, cases of it where he could. And now I ran into him not too long ago, and he's like, he's like, I like it, but I don't search it like I used to. I used to love to wait for it. Now it's just like, I think everything else is caught up with it. I'm like, no, that's totally what's happened. Like it used to be a big deal. Now it's like you can get anything from local breweries that are just as good, if not better.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still good, but for the price point, it's not worth it. Like you said.
Yeah, it's good, but it's not to the level it was. Because really, like I said on the podcast, was the level was high, but they've actually come back because other people have caught up. So it was like,
right.
they're where they're at, but everybody else took a step forward. Now they're closer back with the pack and everything. But for that price point, I'm like, there's so many other good things that are out there for options now. So it's kind of like,
when I first started coming around at that price point, you're like, it was one of the, I wouldn't say rare, but there wasn't very many people out there doing that kind of beer. You know what I mean? Like it was kind of it was a specialty thing. So I mean, out for one too. Also looked forward to it coming out, and I would buy a 6-pack just because they'd fly off the shelf. So that'd be one of those things. Like if you wasn't at the store right when they, the day of, you were probably out of luck.
Yeah.
Now,
you end up missing it. Well, you can remember people would get that. They would call for, hey, so Hop Slam's here. Do you want some? Oh yeah, grab me a 6-pack too, or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. So nowadays, I can walk in a Kroger right now. We have Hop Slam right there in the cooler. So it's kind of like once it hits your supermarket, it's kind of like I want to say well, there's a lot of supermarkets. Like our Kroger, they do get some of the other craft, but some of the stuff they have in there is kind of like jump the shark type things now, right? It's already past that point. It's kind of like your craft, but then again, you're kind of at that break point. It seems like, it's, I don't know. We have a few things in there that are just like you used to not be able to get that you can get anywhere now. It's kind of like, I guess, what people like call the shelf turds or whatever. But
now I'll still pick up a bottle of it, but I'm not going to buy a 6-pack of it just because I want to try it just to see what it has, what it has to offer this year.
Yeah, the thing that I said is I won't usually probably pick up a 6-pack, but if I'm out somewhere, which I haven't been out anywhere because of Corona, but if I'm out somewhere, it's usually on draft at one of our spots. So I'll usually have it on draft or something, which is good. So
I'll get one on draft if I happen to go somewhere that's got it, which I'm with you. I don't go too many places. There's a couple that I might venture out to, but there's not a ton, not like it used to be. Yeah.
I got one of the local places that was asking me to stop by on Instagram about a month or so ago, and it's like, I'll probably get out there at some point, but right now I'm still kind of just chilling and waiting. Once I think the vaccine, I'll probably be more open to do stuff like that, but even then, if they say if you go out, they want you to still wear a mask, so I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Vanessa said, accidents here on the highway headed south to Virginia were epic. I counted 10 bad ones. 1 inch of snow and 10 degrees.
Jeez.
1 inch or 1 foot? I think it's probably 1 foot, I would think. But in Virginia, it only takes an inch. Anything happens in Virginia with snow, just like the Carolinas, is like shut it down. Vanessa says, Newcastle in the mini keg. Oh, she mixed it up. Got a little Newcastle brown ale. Nice. Which is now brewed by Lagunitas. They actually brew for the Newcastle.
It's kind of the OG of the brown ale, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the one that pretty much got it kick-started here. Well, I'm in northern VA near DC, so maybe it's trickling down from up north. Yeah. Well, up north it was supposed to get that track coming up there too, because my mom's up in Jersey, and they're supposed to have it. Now that you mention that, it's like this weekend is when they're supposed to have it, and it's the storm that we just got coming through. But on the half that she's in, because she's in New Jersey, it's more the snow impact. But where you're at, I think it is more the ice type stuff there. Kevin coming as well, so it'll be interesting. I mean, hopefully it dies down some. It's been a little bit of a mess here. People stuck in traffic for 4 and 5 hours. That's crazy. Like I said, when we started out, I lost my mind. Vanessa has 2 feet on the ground right now. She's up in Connecticut, so. But they're used to it up there. So up there, you're kind of used to it at this point,
If we got 2 feet of snow here, we would be locked in the house for a month.
It'd be like The Walking Dead if we got that much here.
Man, I'm telling you.
People be yelling, Rick! What are we going to do, Rick? Oh, man, that show's about to come back, I think, too. So, yeah, I'm still watching it. That's right. I'm like the 10th sub. We're on the 10th sub right now. Last season, I got to finish it out. I can't quit. I got to do it.
Last season?
Yeah.
Finally. I'm one of those that I don't normally stop shows, but that one was one I got through probably 6 seasons, I guess, maybe 7. I don't know what season it was. A couple of years ago. So probably 6 or 7. And I was like, no, I just didn't look forward to it anymore. I was like, oh, too much stuff out there.
I was out of it. Then I got back into it at a point. and then out again and back in. It's had some good seasons in between. So, some of the character development. Some people, when Glenn went, they just like, I can't do it. If Glenn's not there, I can't do it. I was never a huge Glenn. Glenn was okay, but I was never a huge one. Like he was I don't know. He was just. I won't say like he was too nice or whatever, but he would give everybody the benefit of the doubt. It's like you can't give everybody the benefit of the doubt. We're in an apocalyptic world. People are like, you can't trust everybody like that. And then it's like, his chances just ran out, basically, I guess. So
that was literally the last episode she watched. She goes, I ain't watching no more. Next week, I was like, yeah, she'll watch it again. It's like, you gonna watch it? She goes, nope, they killed Glenn. I'm done. So let's watch it no more. Okay, whatever.
Was by the graphic novel, he made it further than he did in the book. So I just want to know.
Yeah.
He went from the first episodes of him driving the badass Chargers they got to then driving all kinds of shit cars throughout the rest of the time. Did everybody crash all the good cars because there's only the shit cars left that you guys ever find? So
it kind of makes you wonder.
It makes you wonder, like, where'd all the good cars at?
Yeah. Was everybody that was alive before all that happened just driving pieces of shit?
Yeah.
Like somewhere on the side of the road, you can't find a nice, good car? Just
not once did they show up at a dealer lot, like, and got a new car. Like,
yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Where's the dealerships at?
Oh, there's so many subplot holes in that show, but yeah. But I like it. But Snowfall's back in a couple weeks, so that's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that back on TV again.
Last season of Shameless starts Sunday.
Yeah, Shameless. I saw that was coming back. I've still never watched The Mandalorian as much as people tell me about it. And we had Disney Plus for a while. I think she may got it again, but I guess it's hot now because they're firing one of the actresses over there for some rants she did on Instagram and stuff. So
yeah, it was the one that was an MMA fighter. Or UFC
yeah, she was the one in Fast and Furious fighting Michelle Rodriguez. Yeah.
So I watched the first season. It's really good, but I haven't watched the second season yet because I was kind of waiting for her because I thought she was going to catch up on the first season. She never has, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and start watching the second season. But you can blow through those pretty quick because it's only a half-hour show.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. The only thing that sucks that people say is like you can't binge like Netflix. Like Netflix, you can just binge on those shows and put them all out, but this one you got to wait each week to watch stuff. So.
Yeah, if you watch it which right now I didn't watch any of it, so I can binge through it because they're all on there now. So, which almost, if you get used to doing that, you're almost as better off just waiting anyway. Then you can just kind of plow through it.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny how TV's change like that because regular network TV, it's like, you just wait for next week and it comes on. You kind of get excited for it, back in the day.
Back in the day,
You can't watch 10 straight hours of the same thing. It'll be done in one night for one season.
Why can't you give me
I gotta wait for it to draw out for 5 months? What are you talking about?
like the wife, she'll wait to the end of the season on shows and then she'll watch them then because they'll all be on demand. She could binge through them. Yeah. Gilbert said it was a similar pileup. He said it was a similar pileup east of him during a whiteout. The suckers on the YouTube. So I guess it was up in Canada where they've had issues. Kevin said, I'm new to this channel, but I'm enjoying the snow. What are you two drinking? I forgot. That's Kevin. It's your first time here, so there's a big welcome for you as well. And right now I'm drinking, I just switched over to the Elysian Bifrost. And this is
good to have that one.
Yeah, this is the winter ale. This one, 8.3 ABV. Lovely winter brew, bold pale ale with citrus and early hop character balanced by a smooth malt backbone, unfiltered and may contain sediment. It does have a nice maltiness to it. And I have the review for that one. I think I uploaded the review, or if not, it's in the studio to get uploaded. But a nice one. And guess what? That was another one that was a Jungle Gyms type situation.
Oddly enough, we don't get all of the Elysians here. I mean, we get a couple of them, but I don't see like the space dust.
Yeah,
we get that one. I guess some of the other ones we might have got one of the pumpkin ales comes out. I think maybe the selection's bigger over in Kentucky though than we get here.
Well, that one I got at Jungle Gyms. I think we get it more in Ohio than Kentucky, but Kentucky it might be bigger than Indiana. But the Night Owl's their pumpkin one. That's one of my favorite pumpkin ones as well. They have the split espresso. I'm trying to think if it was X-Split or whatever, but they got a great espresso stout as well.
And Kevin, I'm drinking Coffee Creamer Cream Ale, aged on vanilla and Honey Brothers Coffee, which is a local brewery here in Louisville, Kentucky. Gallant Fox Brewing Company. So that's what I'm drinking. About done with it, so I'm about to switch over here in a second.
Yeah, and if you missed the first one, Kevin, I drank the Lagunitas Tsunamica, which is their farmhouse ale done in red wine barrels. So this is the one they brought out last year. Still need to drink it.
I should have got that one if I known you was drinking that one.
Well, I got more. I still got to drink their Lagunitas stout as well. I got that down there. I haven't done the review on that yet.
I never did see that one here. I mean, they had it here, but I was late to the party, so I never.
It was going that fast.
Yeah, that was gone in the same day. Actually, in fact, I messaged the owner of one of the shops that I talk to all the time. I message with sometimes and asked him if he still had any. He's like, this is when it came out, and he's like, nope. As a matter of fact, he said, I forgot to save a 4-pack for myself, so I didn't even get any of it. I was like, how do you be a store owner and you don't even get all the beers that you even bring?
You got one job to do. You got one job.
Right. I said, well, if I see it, over in Kentucky, because we're working in Kentucky now, I said, if I see one, I'll pick them up and I'll give you one. He goes, all right, cool, I appreciate that. But I never even saw it over there either. So
yeah. Well, when you go to Kentucky,
I missed it all the way around, which sucked.
When you go to Kentucky, is it one of like the smaller stores you usually go to, or is it the Total Wine you usually go to? Or both, I guess. Okay.
Generally, it's a smaller store, liquor store.
Yeah.
Which is about 5 miles in the opposite direction of the Total Wine from where I work at. And Total Wine's probably literally like, I don't know, 3 stoplights from my office. So I can go. It's easier to get to that, but I would rather go to the liquor store.
Yeah.
Because they usually have some better selections anyway, oddly enough. And you know how Total Wine is, especially if you're getting.
Yeah, you gotta watch there.
Yeah, you never know how long they've been sitting there.
Yeah, you always gotta look at the date because Total Wine will sit on some stuff and you'll get screwed on the beers you buy sometimes. Which I've only been to the one in Dallas. I noticed that, but I've talked to other people that have had some other ones. They've ran into situations.
Speaking of new brews today, though, did you see the new high wires they just new to our area? You may have seen them already, but it was a couple of the new what are they? The
don't tell me 10W40 series.
10W40s, yeah.
Oh, you son of a bitch! I said don't tell me.
One's a blueberry crumble.
Oh, I'm not trying to buy no beer this weekend, but I may have to.
I don't know.
Is it already out? No, it did, so it's going to be up here then.
It's a stout. What's to say? It's hard to stout brewed with blueberry, molasses, cinnamon, cocoa, vanilla, and lactose. That sounds good.
All the things a growing boy needs.
And then this one also was a sour smoothie from them. It's called Chocolate Raspberry.
Oh, my. That's another one to take a look at then. All right.
Guess where I'm probably stopping tomorrow after work.
Yeah. And it's a payday weekend. It's a holiday weekend, but I do got to work Monday. Are you guys working Monday?
We were supposed to be off, but like every holiday since I've been where I'm at, they've asked for volunteers. So
get those dollars, son.
Double time and a half on a holiday that I've always had to work in my whole career of working. I'm like, yes, I will. Why not?
You order a pizza, right? Because I'm here, son.
That's right. It's like, it'd be nice to have the day off, but then when your check comes, you're like, okay, glad I worked. Yeah.
Gilbert said around here, the snow better cover the second-story window for an excuse not to dig out. Well, the Canada life is a little tougher for sure. Vanessa at our VA hospital, 62 miles south. That's a little bit of a commute there. You got to go there for sure, yeah.
We have a VA pretty close to here.
Yeah. Kevin said, Two Hearted isn't that expensive, I can remember. No, Two Hearted isn't the Two Hearted regular 6-pack. I think we can get that here like $11.99 for the 6-pack. Sometimes they'll do it like $9.99, like at Kroger or something like that on sale as well. So not too bad at all for the Two Hearted. If you can get the double Two Hearted, if they bring that back out, definitely recommend the double Two Hearted. That is pretty damn good.
It is good. That one actually hit the shelves twice within a month's time here. This last time it came out.
Nice.
The very first time it came out, when it first came out originally, I missed it, and then it come back out again late last year, and I actually got to get it. So
people love it. People try to find it when it comes out now.
It's a good one.
And we got Erie in the house. What's up, fellas? Cheers, Erie. So she says y'all smashed the hell out of that like button as well. But so we were on Facebook earlier. And her and Alan were going back and forth. I don't know if you saw it. We were talking about Call of Duty. So, of course, I started to interject into it. So I think now we're heading to a classic husband versus wife, 1-versus-1 showdown between the two. And I need Alan to broadcast it so I can actually stream it off of watching them play. And I'll do the play-by-play call on it.
You gotta let me know when this happens because I gotta see this.
Yeah, so it seems like we may be gearing it up for an epic husband versus wife 1-on-1 Call of Duty showdown.
In fact, they can do it like pay-per-view style and make all kinds of money off of that.
Oh, probably so.
That would be comic genius right there.
And if anybody that saw me on a gaming channel that played with Erie and Alan, the dialogue alone makes it a must see.
For sure.
Yeah. Daryl's in the house says, "Cheers." What is going on, D? So then there's EB as well. He says, "Cheers, y'all." Yeah, this would be an epic showdown between the two.
What's up, Alan?
He said, "Okay, have to show the let me see, show off that green name. Don't you bearded fellas?" Oh yeah, so yeah, because EB's got the green name there because EB is a new member, so he's a BeerVentures, the first BeerVentures member now here. And since EB's here now, I'm going to go ahead and do what I was going to do anyway later, but I'm going to do it now. So one of the things I said is, people that become member, and not that I need to do this because he's so huge now. It's kind of like, what can I possibly do because EB's rocking it out, but wanted to give him a shout out as being a new member. And if people want to become a member of the channel, in the description, there is a link there as well. But he's up to 24,600 subscribers. If you guys want to laugh, if you guys want to have a good time, you want to enjoy yourself, you need to be checking out his channel. And I'm going to actually bring that up here as well so you guys can see that. If you haven't seen it before and you're new here, if you've been here, you already know EB probably. So let me go ahead and
he's blowing up.
Get that pulled up here. Get the right buttons. All right. So here's EB, Eclectic Beer, Gaming and Reactions. Dude is huge. Huge. Was he huge? Like Bernie or Trump? Huge. So look at this. Just blowing up like crazy. All kinds of good stuff on here. His reactions are just becoming legendary. He's already so popular over there in the UK on different things that he's actually doing. So you want to make sure you check out the stuff that he has. I saw this one earlier, for instance, 341,000 views now on his reaction to Al Murray, 252,000 on his reaction to every country England has invaded, 217 to Al Murray. Just crazy blowing up. So EB's put in a lot of the hard work and definitely deserves it. I'm proud to be. He's going to be the guy I'm going to say, I knew you win. That's just how quick he's blowing up on stuff.
Like we used to game with him. Now he's so big he doesn't even know our names anymore.
I'm gonna be in a retirement home and be like, "Oh, what are you doing? Oh, we're watching Eclectic Beer. Oh, yeah, back in the day, I used to game with him and do stuff with him on YouTube." We're like, "Yeah, sure you did." okay, Roger, he's a little Alzheimer's again. Like, no, I know who he is.
Yeah.
I know him. He's one of my buddies.
Went off the deep end for sure this time. He claims
Yeah.
it
I'm gonna be like on a park bench like Forrest Gump was, and nobody's gonna believe me. But yeah. But if y'all don't know Eclectic Beer, make sure y'all check him out. And I'll go ahead and pull off his link here, so I can stick that in the chat too.
Oh, it's awesome.
Great
though.
guy.
Good to see him flourishing for sure.
Yeah, just awesome. It's kind of like all the good stuff that he's doing there. So make sure y'all definitely check him out. And did it go in? Yeah, there it goes. Let's see here. Cleary says, okay, that's right, got that one. Fella. I can't type tonight. She's used to her fingers being on the Call of Duty at this point rather than the keyboard. He says, I sure do. Elbow call. Smart woman, I can't stand to wait for new episodes. We want Erie to get her channel rolling as well. So, and then Jules says hello to Erie and hello to Jules back. What's up, Jules? Jules getting all the love right now. Daryl says hello. What's the snow everyone keeps talking about? We can ship you some if UPS can get it there in time before it melts. We got enough.
I don't have much snow to send you, but I can send you all the ice you want.
Don't know, but glad we haven't gotten it. Well, EB, you guys may get some because one of the forecasts they showed tonight, like for the weekend, parts of Florida are actually supposed to have possible snow from the central up through the north part. The southern part is supposed to get more rain. So you may have some snow coming your way. We'll see what happens. They said 44 out of the 50 states will have, or 40 is either 44 or 48 out of the 50 states will have snow this weekend. So
it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, and once Hawaii, they're not getting it. So you're probably in that mix.
Global warming shining through.
They would freak them out in Hawaii if they started getting snow.
I'd say Hawaii and Florida's probably the only two that aren't getting anything.
Yeah. Well, Florida's supposed to get some, though. That's the thing. They're supposed to get some. So.
You like the very northern part of it.
EB says that blueberry crumble is nice. So, EB, I don't know if you had that yet already, or you just kind of like the design of it. Kevin says, the last time I brought beer from Total Wine, the beer was expired by 2 months. Buyers, exactly. That's the problem you run into with Total Wine is you've got to check dates. And I think it should be a law that all beer has to have a date on it, whether a Best Buy or Born On, so people can make their best judgment on it.
I think it should have that, and the ABV should be.
Yeah, and the ABV as well. With some, don't put the ABV on as well.
No.
Had the whole 4-pack in one go, so he did have it. So he just rolled right through it.
So it sounds like it's worth picking up then.
Gilbert said, off the jungle gym, son? Yeah, I probably will be there at some point. I don't know if I'm going to get there this weekend, but I can go like a party source or something like that too, which isn't as far. But you go to jungle gyms, and it's just like empty the wallet almost. Like you have to stop yourself. You literally have to stop yourself and say enough is enough. Like basically call no mas and just walk out with what you got in the cart. Like there should be like a guy's grocery games clock. Like you got 20 minutes or whatever after that you can't get.
Hit the start button and you run and just throw what you can and then all right, your time's up. Please bring your cart to the front.
And Erie said, and I'm going to whoop Alan up. So she's already, it's like we may have it happen. She needs to get her card and stuff together, her sound card. But yeah, if we get that to happen, it's going to be a nice little fun battle. What up, Rod? Hey, Todd, cheers. All just had Devil's Backbone Imperial IPA. Nice. What's up, Didi?
Nice.
Cheers,
What's up,
brother.
Didi?
Yeah, Didi's in North Carolina, so he may get some snow as well, the way things are looking.
This is what I'm drinking now. Have you ever had one of these?
No, I've actually seen them, but I haven't picked them up. But I've heard good things about them.
It's not bad. It's actually couple leftovers that Shannon's brother left in the fridge here. So he's like, "Yeah, you can have them if you want them." I was like, "I'll try one." It's a white ale.
Yeah,
Out of Iceland. They're out of Iceland.
Yeah, it's on my list to actually get one. I just haven't gotten it yet, but it is definitely on my list.
I think the last time I was at the liquor store that I go to here that I was talking about, I think they have a porter also. So I'm going to have to pick that one up too just to try it.
Yeah. But EB, I mean, I don't know. You make it easy because, I mean, you know, we go back, we're homies now and stuff like that. So it's kind of like you deserve all the accolades and everything that you're actually doing out there. So, you know,
for sure.
I know. I got no bearing. I mean, you're already rolling, so it's kind of like, you know, I felt like it's like a guppy trying to feed a shark right now. You know what I mean? So I'm just, you know, throwing it out there in case anybody hasn't seen you, of course. And I always want to thank. That's the thing with also for people that become a member. You know, I'll do a shout out on your guys' stuff and dedicate stuff there. And we'll do some other stuff with the membership things. I only got that first level done. I've been doing so much, and me and EB talk about this all the time. There's so many different things you can do with YouTube when you have a YouTube channel, and so many ways you're trying to go and always doing things and updating things. And between that and work, I mean, time just flies like crazy. So it does get kind of hard to stay up on stuff. But I got some other stuff I'll be bringing here to the channel as well. But EB, you deserve it all, my friend. Keep crushing it.
That's one of the reasons I haven't started one. I just don't know that I can keep up with it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a matter of the pace that you set. I mean, doing beer reviews, I try to get one out a day now, and those are going to be like shorter type videos. But some guys will do it, and they don't really put any editing on it. They'll just shoot a video on their phone or like that and upload it. I actually try to put it into something that kind of condenses, so it's a nice, smooth transition for people like to watch the channel. So it takes a little bit of time there, but when you plan it and you get yourself ahead, it makes it a little easier. But then it's like you start to respond to the comments. You start to look at doing other things on the channel. You know, it is social media, so a lot of times you're trying to catch up with everybody else, and you do collabs and shit. It's just, it goes like crazy. You know, you can sit here, start doing something at 10 o'clock at night. Next thing you know, it's like 2 in the morning, and you're still working on one project or two. So it's all a matter of what you want to do with it. But some people, like, they'll get out there, like some of the cooking channels, and they'll talk up while they're grilling on the grill, and it'll just be them shooting that video while they're doing that, and they just pop it right up there. So it's all a matter of what you do. And some people do like once a week, some will do it once a month. It just depends on your frequency.
Because I would probably lean more towards the cooking stuff if I do one. I haven't rolled out.
Which I think you should do one. Yeah,
but I've kicked that around and throw in a beer video, you know, maybe one a week or something, but more probably towards cooking. You
want to get to the point. You don't want to get to a point where you burn yourself out. That's why it's like no matter what you want to do there. Because
right.
I think we've all been through. I know EB will test to it as well. That you'll get to a point sometimes, and it's just like you got to step away and take a break because it becomes almost obsessive at points. And so you want to make sure you know how you want to manage it.
Probably almost feels like a job at a certain point too, where you're just like, I got to do this or I got to do that, or you know, kind of defeats the purpose when it becomes that. In a sense. Yeah,
where it becomes too much, like you're actually putting so much into it that it does become like a job, but it's not as much as fun anymore. So you have to go to what you want to do with it, and you can be an over perfectionist. You know, well, I want to do this, or I want to do, like you doing it so much. It's like it's not as much fun there anymore for you now. So it's all about maintaining and doing what you want to do, and you learn as you go. Like I've learned things over the years. Like I was going to do a share of my first video that I did on YouTube. I'm thinking about maybe doing that this weekend or something, and kind of just doing a reaction to it, and just like the differences of how that looks compared to where I'm at now and the steps that were done in between, because you pick up these things down the line. You know, how much do you talk? How much do you not talk? How much do you do as far as you worry about the lighting? Like the first early videos now, I look at them and I didn't notice it back then, but the camera was reversed. So when I held the beer name, it was reversed. It's backwards, and it's just those different things, and you know, make a difference. So,
that's funny. But you wasn't the only one, because a lot of those early on videos you go back and watch, you know, years ago, and it's like it's all the same.
Yeah, but that's the fun of it, because you can see your growth of it. The only down part is I was definitely skinnier when I was working out all the time. And I was skinny, a little skinnier, but I was more muscular too because I was lifting weights on kind of stuff. And I noticed that when I was making the first one, I was like, my face wasn't as full as this, and I was like, wow, that was a total different. Like I was hitting the gym like all back then. Yeah. Damn, beer ruined me, man. So, Erie said loading up now, so she's getting her COD work in.
It's a price to pay for everything.
Yeah. Didi said I got an ass clown, don't know what type of beer it is for 150, 18 ounce. I don't care what it is, they make great stuff. You know what? If I had the stamp, I gotta get a stamp sticker so I can pop up here on the video that says stamp Rod J deal. I'm gonna make one of those, I think, this weekend, so I can pop that up there. When people get Rod J deals, you let me know, and I will give you a stamp of authenticity.
Or Rod J approved.
Yeah. You could have just shouted across the house. Cheers, Dee.
And this is what we're talking about. Just
right.
Video one-on-one. You're talking about common gold.
Yeah. Rod J deal for sure. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Still trying to figure out what I'm going to do. May hit y'all's levels one day. You're rolling, Erie. You're always playing pretty good on Call of Duty. Oh, you're talking about the YouTube. Well, yeah, Erie's another one where we're trying to get her to do the YouTube, and she was talking about doing like craft marketing and everything. But I'm going to just tell you, whatever Erie does is going to be solid because her personality is going to come through, and people are going to watch for that alone. So she could actually just do a video of her playing games and cussing people out, and people will love it.
That's what I was just going to say. She could do like girls of gaming or something like that, and just her commentary alone would be like instant draw, especially if you're playing Call of Duty.
Like woman goes potty mouth playing Call of Duty, and people would like come in like crazy to watch that. Oh, her construction of some of the words she uses is just on a different. It's like watching Deadwood when she comes up with some of the word combinations.
Yes, something about us cussing while we're playing that game and her cussing is next level. Like it's not even close. Like it's not really funny when we do it. When she does it and puts in those words that she does, it's like you can't help but laugh.
It's like she's a Deadwood writer or something. Like she comes up with the dialogue. Like, how did you put those two together? Like, did not see that coming.
It just flies out with ease.
Oh, cheers, Eclectic. Didi says, hope all is well. And yes, sir, everything good. Tony Cat channel that trying to catch the watch out to a 24-hour stream. Yeah, I mean, we're getting the time to get the watch hours. Like when I had to cross that threshold as well, and you know, EB did, and a lot of the guys that are doing it. It's those live hours. You do a live stream. One of the guys that I met through here, CJ, on CJ's cooking channel, like he did a video one time about it. He's like, people ask him, he said, you know what? He's like, anything you do, just do it live. Just do everything live because those live streams will pull people in and you get those hours adding up. So EBC is tied at this point. This is my full-time job. Well over 40 hours a week between shooting, editing, commenting, shorts, community panels, sharing out. And
I bet, yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. Like, he can literally use an intern right now to do his comments just because he can't get to them all sometimes. Like, when we're chatting, he's still there trying to do comments.
Yeah, that's awesome, though. That's awesome.
Yeah. That's a great problem. That's a great problem to have with YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah.
LOL, I love cussing people. And you do a great job of it. You're like an artist. You're like a Picasso, the way you paint it up. I'm just saying. Just saying. You got a talent for it.
You know, it'd be classic was if I could get Shannon to play that and her and Erie playing on the same stream.
Oh my God, yeah,
Cuss word you didn't even know was even an actual cuss word. They'd be making their own shit up.
Erie and Shannon together, my goodness,
so funny.
Those two together would come up with such combinations. She does march to the own beat of her own drum with wording. Yeah, she's got it down. She knows how to use the words in certain ways that we haven't thought of, and it comes across. And you have to look back, like, did she just say what I thought she said? I never thought about saying it that way.
I never think of that.
Yeah, that would be a blast, having her and Shannon together. We try to tell Shannon to do stuff too. Yeah. Let's see here. Beer. We got some stuff with the beer news. So let's take a place here. So Walmart is actually, I'm not a fan of Walmart. I'm not a fan of Walmart. Walmart has always been like one of the dredges of business just because of the way they treat some of their employees and the way they do stuff. But they actually now going to be selling Weather Soul's Black is Beautiful beer, which is of the Black and Beautiful beers that I've done. I've never done Weather Souls because we don't get it up here. And so they're supposed to get it within all 300. Well, 300 are stores nationwide through March.
Oh.
So now it's almost like, do I trek into a Walmart so I can finally get this beer? I feel like it'd be like me going back to church again. Like I haven't been to church in a long time. You know? Like, do they still have the stained glass windows? I don't even know.
Waiting for it to strike down on you. Make sure you're get ready.
So I don't know, but I may have to visit a Walmart here and see if they do get that in there because I do want to. I want to check out from the OG, the originator of the beer, what they did in their creation. So if you have a Walmart near you, I think it started already, so it'll be through March. So if you have a Walmart in your area that sells beer and you're looking to try that one from them, 300 stores, so they're going to have a good amount across the country, it seems.
I guess that's another spot out to put on my list for the weekend.
Yeah. Let's see. Heineken is cutting 8,000 jobs and going to slash almost 10% of its global workforce. They actually had a loss of just over $247.5 million last year, compared with a profit of $2.7 billion in 2019. That's a huge difference. Like $2.7 billion profit to a loss of $247 million. So, yeah, we're gonna have to let some people go. That's how it kind of came down, I'm sure. But I'm trying to think. The last time I actually even had a Heineken, it's probably been a year or two, I think. Do you still drink Heineken at all, or do you grab one once in a while?
But I couldn't even tell you. Maybe at a restaurant from time to time, but it's been a minute though. It's probably been a couple of years since I've had one. Honestly.
Yeah. It might have been a year or so since I've had one. I think I did a review on the Heineken, but I can't remember if I did on the channel a year or two ago. But I think that was the last time I actually picked one up. Now we'll pick one up to make beer chili with it sometimes, just because it's not bad in a chili for that. But usually I like to use honey brown now. Gilbert says Walmart is great for customer viewing. That's true. There's a lot of customer viewing you can do at Walmart. Like just sit there and watch people. What were you gonna say?
No, I'd say that's what I usually use too.
Yeah. I mean, the honey brown or the Heineken?
Yeah, the honey brown.
The honey brown's got that nice sweetness to it to put into the beer chili. So I found that worked. I did Budweiser one time, and I did I think I did one of maybe the ice beers or something too. But the honey brown was definitely the best one. I can't see myself pouring a nice craft beer into it, although I'm sure it would probably do very well. I want to drink the craft beer. I don't want to put it into the chili.
Right.
Maybe if I got like a growler, I could pour some in and drink the rest. And for the guys watching, and EB, careful if you answer this question, but Valentine's Day weekend, are you celebrating? I know some people that don't really celebrate Valentine's Day, but they kind of some women kind of consider it the Hallmark holiday now. Usually the guys are the ones that have to go out and get everything, but I don't know. I mean, get a card, make it some flowers. I don't know. Probably do something, but it's not going overboard like in years past, I don't think.
We don't really.
Yeah.
Like,
you guys do a dinner together or something, like anything special?
I don't know. She's got to work this weekend, so probably not. I don't know. It kind of goes. I've been more obviously to do stuff for her, send her stuff at work. I've done the flowers. I've done done the.
I was saying she does go to work still. Like my wife doesn't go to work anymore, so it wouldn't be sending anything but just sending her home. Yeah.
I bought candies and stuff and put them like in the front seat or whatever when she gets in to go to work or something. Make little cards or something.
Are you gonna do something for me this year?
I don't know.
Oh man, talk about time, and she showed right up.
I know, right? might have just.
She might have been watching her phone and came downstairs like, "Hey."
I've cooked. I've done some dinner, made some dinners and stuff.
Yeah.
Or stuff like that. So I don't know. Last year Well, last year we were in Jamaica, so that in itself, I guess, was a Valentine's.
That was a Valentine's getaway. Yeah.
Damn, it's hard to believe it's already been coming up on a year on that already.
Yeah. And well, with the Corona stuff, it's kind of like you're probably not going out to dinner. A lot of people to places, and so making a dinner at home, maybe a little candles. Or I don't know. It's just something there. But with it being a Corona type thing, I don't know. Maybe the ladies, maybe they might be expecting a little bit of something with the year we've had. So we'll see what happens.
I was actually maybe thinking of doing some like fettuccine Alfredo, like scratch, make it scratch.
Oh shit! Look at you,
like
big dog.
I've done it before. Or some scallops on the side or something, something. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Going on.
Sleep. You never know. Can't tell how much church you might be watching.
Yeah, going on Emerald Lagasse and shit.
Damn.
Yeah, we may do a little something, so we'll have to see. But yeah, it's just that time of year. So guys, don't forget if you got the lady out there or the guy, whatever it may be. It is that time.
See, just when they're coming in and saying that, I was like, I wasn't sure I was going to do anything or not. Now I almost feel like I have to. I'm in trouble.
I think Santa was watching. He came down to make sure you answered correctly.
He was like, "What do you? Yeah, what?"
Gilbert said he would take Carlsberg over a Skunky Heineken or a Grolsch. I haven't had a Grolsch in a while, but Carlsberg, I don't know. Carlsberg and Heineken, they're kind of similar. I mean, it's not too much there. I mean, it depends on what Heineken you I think the Heineken in the can is definitely better than in the bottle. You have less of that skunky type effect, although you might get a little bit of the tinny effect from it being in a can as well. So it just depends. But you do get a little bit of that hop feel, I feel, in the back end of that one. But Carlsberg, lager, gross lager, just, nice, easy ones to drink too. The next week or two, one of my subs is sending me some British beer. That's awesome.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. We have a few places around here that are like based off of like British pubs, and they usually get British beers on tap that are pretty good. I would like that, like some London Fullers and all that kind of stuff. So let's see here. Great Central Brewing to make a non-alcoholic beer for Big Drop Brewing Company. And that's just another non-alcoholic. But when I saw that, I was like, the non-alcoholic beer vibe is still growing. So we're seeing more and more people getting involved in it and actually doing it. And I had a couple people ask me if I would do like a non-alcoholic review. And I am going to do some. I just haven't found any to really pick up from the places I've been at. But have you had any of the non-alcoholic beers, or have you tried any, or
of the craft variants?
Yeah, like in the craft, or even in the macros or anything. I mean, outside duels, that was kind of something out a lot of people have had at one point or another. But
yeah, no, not really. I mean, I've had the old duels. We actually bought some for a friend of ours. She's pregnant, so she doesn't really like hanging out with not a bunch of people, but like us and her boyfriend or whatever. She says, "You're all too loud when you get drunk or get to drinking." But she was always there with us. But now she can't drink, so we picked those up for her. And she had one. She was over the other night, just her, and she tried one. She's like, "This isn't the same." Like, I can't do it. I don't know if it was like a conscience thing, but she thinks she was drinking a beer while she, being pregnant or whatever. So she drank a couple sips. She's like, "Nah, I'm done." And it was the old duels, the
amber one,
the copper, the reddish colored one.
She's like, "Y'all playing with my emotions right now. I don't like this."
And I think we also bought her a Bush non-alcoholic because her fiance or whatever, he drinks Bush Light all the time. So he's like, "I will buy her some Bush ones," but I haven't tried that one, so I don't know. Yeah. I mean, if you drink the macros, then they're not bad, I guess, for what they are. If you want to mix them in between every other beer or something, probably after a couple, you wouldn't probably notice anyhow.
Yeah, well, I was like saying, like if I was downtown working or whatever, and we go out to lunch and stuff, and we're usually downtown, and you go to a place and you have like a burger or something like that, you really can't drink while you're working, but you might grab a non-alcoholic beer just because you kind of want that taste to go with the burger. So something like that is why we kind of play into it. Or maybe you're the designated driver taking some, your group out or something. There's spots where you can enjoy it.
Was coming out. It was one of the big craft guys was coming out with an NA IPA, I believe it was. Have you seen that?
I think there's a few. I think Brewdog came out with one, but I think there's a few of them that are coming out.
Yeah. I mean, I think there probably is too. They jump on those little trends and everybody comes out with them.
But I think this year we're going to see a lot more of it hidden. Like that could be one of the biggest trends with craft beer this year is having a non-alcoholic out there. So.
Yeah, I mean, last year was the seltzer. So what's the next move? Is NA, I think, right? I mean, it's kind of one of the same.
Which is, if you enjoy the taste of beer like I do, like you can drink it and not have that, feel where you might get hungover or, anything after the fact.
Right.
Gilbert says O'Doul's is supermarket gin mix. Put the gin in the O'Doul's. That'll work. Let me see here. And then, speaking of some of the issues taking place, like lockdowns, weigh on German beer sales, and hurt small brewers, like some are targeting Easter as a chance for reopening. So the pubs and stuff over in Germany, I guess, have been shut down the last 3 months or whatever. They're kind of they're in a shutdown. They're open for a bit. Before that, they had a shutdown. So it's kind of crazy. I wish I had some of the people from Germany on here as well. Remember that great time we had all the German people that actually showed up? That would have been awesome. But they were right now, yeah, but they're feeling the effects right now of the corona, where it's really starting to affect there, which is like, if there's a country that needs to have beer, it's Germany. Like, to get Germany rolling. So that'll be something to keep an eye on. And then, like, over in Britain, like the British pub sales, they're saying their lowest level since the 1920s. So we got these international exposures where people are being hit because more countries are locking down than we actually do in the States. They're locking down a lot more,
they're
dangerously than we are. Yeah. It's like Australia had, like, I think 1 or 2 people that showed up maybe having the virus again. They're locking down the whole country. It's like, we would never do, like, for a whole thing, it'd be kind of like quarantine those people. So it's interesting to see how some of these places are reacting to it.
If you look back a year ago from now, like, if we would have just done that at the start for a couple weeks and everybody's like, oh, we can't do that, as to where we're at now, it would have totally been...
Oh, it's a different ball game. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like, you just done 2 weeks where you stay home. Everybody's quarantined for 2 weeks.
And that's what the scientists wanted us to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And instead, a year later, here we are still talking about it.
Yeah, that's when you hate that hindsight's 2020.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's always easy to do that for sure,
But speaking of overseas, actually, this one was done in the American brewery. So this is the Guinness Bourbon Barrel Imperial Stout that is cracked open.
I had one of those a couple weeks ago.
So this one is 10.2 ABV. It's funny, like I said on the review when I did this one a while back, even though it's made in Maryland at the Maryland Brewery here in America, they still use the 11.2 ounce bottles. Which I can get because they're sticking to what the Guinness is usually in. But then at the point, I'm like, hey, we don't go by 11.2 in America. I need that 12. Where's that other 0.8 going? You're kind of screwing me there.
Supersize me. Come on, this is America. Supersize me.
Give me all 12 ounces, son.
Give it to me.
Try to screw me over here, brother.
That's right. But the cost is the same.
It still costs the same. Right. So you're out of 3.2 ounces.
Yeah, I could cheat me out 3.5 ounces. Where's my discount at?
You're screwing with this. There was a piece that talked about Boston beer I saw. Is Boston beer still a craft brewer? Does it even matter? So on the one part, Boston Beer still is technically a craft brewery because it still meets the definitions as of right now. But the second part
They
made me
are the
think, like,
definition.
yeah, are we still trying to decide along those lines? Like, does it still matter? Like, if it's a good beer, you're going to drink it. I mean, everybody's like, for me, I still try to do independent and all that kind of stuff as well. But I just wonder in the full targeted things, like, I had a Lagunitas earlier tonight, and I had a Lycian tonight, and I had a Guinness. Technically, all three of those are big breweries.
Right.
And so if it's a decent enough beer, I think we're still going to try it. Is it a point where you just say, let's stop trying to say who's craft and who's macro, or do we still need to have that out there, I guess? Is it still good to differentiate between them?
I don't think it is big of a deal in a sense to where, unless you're just buying local, to me anyway, like if I'm not buying something local, or maybe something that's maybe only distribution in the state, maybe like Three Floyds once was, or whatever, is Indiana only, whatever. Now I know it's not now, but in that sense, it's not still one of the big boys. But
Right.
yeah, to me, unless it's just a local, brewery down the street that you can only get it at the brewery or whatever, I'm not sure that it really makes any difference anymore.
Yeah. Well, you think it's making a difference?
We're trying to keep up with who's who, because you got so many different underlying owners, like like you saying, like Lagunitas and whatever that's been bought out, or other companies. I don't know. A lot of people don't even know that, so I'm not sure it even matters at this point anymore.
So you think maybe it's just maybe it matters mainly to just the hardcore beer drinker? Like, your average consumer doesn't really even know. They just kind of know what the beer,
right? Yeah,
they see that or whatever. But if they see something like, in the Lycian, they think, well, that's a craft beer or whatever. Then people that are into beer that know or go by that definition, but no, it's not a craft beer because AB and Bev is this and blah, 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 blah. I just don't, I mean, it's just like, at a point, do you just say, beer is just beer, or what? I don't know. I feel like the whole battle is getting weaker and weaker as you go. And something like Boston Beer is kind of that situation where you have like the Sam Adams thing. People always get confused, like, are they really one? But yeah, they are by definition. But when you look at them in the store, you kind of think they're not. You kind of put them on that level with, like, say, they're smaller than them, but you still think of them in the way of Budweiser or a Coors or a Miller.
When they're the prime example, in my opinion, because I for one never really consider Sam Adams a craft beer, even though they are, but for that reason, because they've been nationwide distributed for so long. Like, when I even first started getting into them, that was a staple. Like, you can go anywhere and get their Boston Lager or whatever, So, I mean, it is a fine line, I think, in those regards, because like Stone, or, even a lot of Founders now too, just for some of the bigger ones you can get. All over now. So I don't know. I mean, I guess.
Yeah, but even like a Founders, they're not even technically craft anymore.
No.
Because they're under Mount San Miguel, just like Avery. So Avery really isn't considered craft anymore. But I can tell you right now, you get an Avery beer, that tastes as craft as any craft beer can taste.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So.
And even with Sam Adams, that was kind of one of the like, always used to look forward to their pumpkin ale, because to me, you could tell from one year to the next, it did change. And for that reason, it was like, okay, yeah, this still kind of falls in the craft beer category. But also with them is, I think the industry also pushed the line as to what is craft and what is not because of them. Like, as they bigger and bigger and bigger, that line kept moving to keep them in the craft arena, It felt like, anyway. I don't know if that was what they were doing.
No, that was the case. I mean, the Brewers Association made adaptation. I can't talk right now. Maybe the beers that we made an adaptation to keep Boston Beer as a craft brewery. So it used to be 2 million barrels you couldn't have more than, and they moved it to 6 million because of the production Sam Adams was having under Boston Beer. So they did make a move to keep them as a craft brewery. So by the old definition, they wouldn't be a craft brewery now. They would because it's under over 2 million. But under a new definition, they still are. Although, depending on what their numbers are from last year, because they purchased Dogfish Head, they may be over 6 million. So I think people are kind of looking at them again to see, do we still label them as a craft brewery? Because there's different things with the craft brewery name you get, all the support and all that kind of stuff. But at this point, it's kind of like their craft in name, but really they've got so much access to stuff. It's like Yingling, right? Yingling is still considered a craft brewery because they meet all the criteria. But many people, if you ask them, they would think Yingling would be no different than a Coors, that it would be just right up there as well. So,
right.
Well, actually, technically, I think they are part of Coors now. That's how they got to go to the West Coast. So technically, they're not going to be craft anymore either.
Yeah, I think it kind of goes back to what you were saying. Does it really matter now? I mean, if you make good beer, a worthy beer that you want to buy and drink,
yeah,
I guess what difference does it make? And that's kind of what I was saying. Is like, to me, it's local or not. If it's not local, it's
Well, that's the thing. Like you just said right there, if you're going to buy the beer, maybe you should just be, try to buy local first because local keeps money in your community. And then if it's not local, then everything's off the board. It's just get the, everybody gets the beer anyway. But instead of it just being craft versus the big boys, it's just more local versus non-local. I like to look local first myself to keep money in that area if I can. But I'm going to get an Allagash, or I'm going to get an AleSmith, or I'm going to get some of the ones from other areas, of Lord Hobo, whatever it may be. But if I can get a good Urban Artifact or a good Rheingeist or something like that, I'd probably look there first.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's totally where I was going with that. Is if we're gonna pick a line to choose, something local, even if in your community or something, even better. Outside of that, I'm not sure it really matters because it's not going to your community anyway, or they're probably not giving back anyway, so. At that point, it probably doesn't really matter, I don't think.
What's up, Big Daddy in the house? He says, good beer is good beer. Don't care about labels as far as Coors. I'm stoked about Batch 19 is available again in Wisconsin. Hour drive from Chicago. Love it. Yeah, I mean, my only argument to that would be, again, the reason I care about it is more keeping the money kind of in the area when you can. But, like I said, I drank a Lagunitas. That's from outside the area. I drank a Elysian, that's from outside the area. I'm drinking a Guinness from outside the area. But at the same point downstairs, I have Braxton, and I have Mantry, and I have other stuff. It's just, get the beer you want to enjoy. But, where he's at, Big Daddy, he's got good beer in Illinois and in Wisconsin.
Oh,
so, I mean, if he were to go back, he could just find enough stuff locally probably that would keep him happy. Yeah.
Well, you even experienced that with Platform. I mean, you said even before, like, you don't buy them nearly as much now. You'll go more to something else that's as local. Even though Platform's local-ish for you, but... Yeah.
Well, now it's even more local because they have a Cincinnati spot, too.
Yeah.
But they are under
local, same state, whatever, not too far, But now it is in Cincinnati also. But
but they have a stake up on that. Yeah, I think it's Anheuser. Yeah, I think Anheuser has a stake in it for whatever percentage. But I'll take a look and see what they got.
Yeah, so like for you, you'd see a Platform or you see a Listerman or something. You probably would lean Listerman, I guess. Of course, I mean it depends on the beer too. Style or whatever. Yeah,
it depends on the beer, the style, and it also for a lot of people it depends on the price point. Is it worth doing this price versus this price too? So that all comes into play.
Totally.
He says support local a lot. Trust me, I bet you do, brother. I think we all do. I think we all have our local spots for sure. And I've always said don't ever be like that beer snob type person. Like some people are so beer snobbish just kind of gives a bad rap to the people that enjoy craft beer. It's kind of like, they just get overboard with some stuff. I was like, some people like this or that, but they also, if you like a Bud once in a while or something like that, everything that's fine too. Oh, I've seen that before, but I have not gotten that one. The Wee Mac.
Sun King, you've never had that one?
Yeah. No, they're from up in Indiana here, Indianapolis.
Yeah,
They team up
yeah.
a couple times with Rheingeist usually down here with some brews. And we actually get Sun King in our Kroger now. They use like their cream ale or something, I think, is in there.
Yeah, so this one's actually a pretty decent beer. It's so Wee Mac Scottish style ale is an enticing and malty brown ale with caramel, cocoa, and hazelnut character balanced with toffee undertones. So
Nice.
it's pretty good. I mean, it's a good solid. It's probably not one you'll run out to just go buy off the shelf or whatever, but it's a good shelf. It's a good shelfie. I mean, it's
nice.
A good beer. Yeah.
And Big Daddy, I do agree. Chicago does have some of the best beer. Great times in Chicago. Usually at least once a year, if not once every couple years, I'm usually back up in Chicago. For my wife has to travel up there usually for conference for work. And she usually goes to work. I usually go to drink. It's a great pairing. And we didn't get back up there with the Corona stuff this last year. So hopefully this next year I'll be up there. One of the favorite places I have in Chicago that I've been to downtown is the Exchequer Pub and Restaurant. It has great food. I mean, the food is like almost like Fred Flintstone food, where they give you a plate of ribs and the ribs are hanging off the plate. Like, I'm a big guy, and I wonder if I can finish some stuff there sometimes. But their tap selection is awesome because they get some of the best beer from around the city on tap. So you get to try all different types of things there. And if you were looking for one spot where you can get taps from various breweries, because you can't hit all the breweries possibly when you're in town, that is a great place to go to. So I miss that place. I want to get back up there again to check them out. The last time I was over at Lagunitas because I know a couple of guys over there, but I want to get to Dovetail when I'm back in again. Always heard great things there, and then get some of the other breweries while I'm back as well. But always love visiting Chicago. Great city, great time, and have a blast.
Yeah, last time I was in Chicago for work, I went to Benny's, which is a big liquor, kind of a Total Wine type liquor store there. And needless to say, they got some of my money for sure.
I didn't make it to Benny's, but I knew about it when I was up there last time. So yeah, Benny's was. I'll get up there next time I think I'm back. But yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what you're way when you're almost coming back over the border in Gary, correct? It's close to the border.
Well,
is that right?
Kind of all over this. They're
all over the city. Okay.
Yeah, they're kind of like I said, they're kind of like a Total Wine, but probably better, I would say.
Yeah,
they probably care about the dates more than Total Wine does. I think.
When I go back up there, I'll post the thing so people know. Because last time I was up there, JT Davis, James, that usually joins our stuff, I got a chance to meet him, and he actually met me out there. We went to Exchequer, and we threw down some good beers and had some good food and stuff too. Great time. So that's one of my spots when I'm back in town.
But being an outsider, Big Daddy, is Benny's a good place to go? He might think of it as
that's a good question. Yeah,
he might think of it as a Total Wine for us. Like, yeah, you may not want to go there, but if you got to go there, just shopper beware, kind of thing.
He might want to protect it.
But I was also from out of town, so I was getting all the Chicago goodies up there. I was like in heaven. I was like, yes, I'll take. It's kind of Total Wine when I go to Tennessee. We're always able to get high wire and stuff here now that we get. And some of the stuff down there is like, oh yeah, get some of the wicked weed and stuff too there on the shelves. And I was like, oh yes, because you can't buy it, here. So it's always kind of.
He said number one, so you're at the right spot then.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, Benny's number one. I was going to say, when you go back to Tennessee, because you can shoot down there for family and stuff at times, Tailgate Brewery, you want to try to pick up some of their beers.
That's what you were telling me, but the last time we went down a couple weeks ago, I didn't. First trip since I've been down there, I didn't actually go out anywhere. I took some craft beers from home and we just kind of hung out, and I didn't really even go out anywhere. We did go to one of the local breweries. That's like literally a mile from their house.
Yeah.
And just because I haven't been, we've been by it many times, but I've never been there, so we just went and had a couple of beers. But No, didn't go to any liquor stores. Didn't go
You didn't
to
go to any stores at all? Yeah, see.
Yeah, I know.
Once
That's
I hit a
terrible.
new town, that's the first thing I look for is for the liquor store. I pull up my
Well,
Yelp, whatever.
I do too usually,
Yeah.
but you know what the weird
Sometimes
thing
I'll even
is, dude?
unpack. Sometimes I just drop her off at the cabin. Like, I'll be right back. I need to get some beer now.
Yeah. The weird thing though is I haven't really found a good liquor store down there that carries a lot of good like craft beer selections.
Yeah.
The best thing that I've found so far when we've gone is forget the name of the grocery store. It's kind of like basically like a Kroger, but it's not a Kroger. That whatever.
It's not like IGA or I know IGA down there, Piggy Wiggly's down there, and then there's Kroger usually.
What the hell's the name of it? I can see it, but I can't think of it. But they've got a decent selection, but it's
last time we were down there
from their house, but I didn't even go. We didn't even go there this time. I was like, whatever. I didn't even care.
Last time we were down, we found a Brass Tap, and that had some good beer selection. We have those up here as well. It's kind of a chain, but they have taps there, but they also sell beer. But I found one of the places, it was like a liquor barn outlet or something, and then there's another place that I find stuff just on the highway. Like, we'll stop to eat sometimes, and I'll just like on my phone. Oh, there's a place right around the corner from here, so we'll stop there and I'll go in there. She'll be like, "Don't be in there all day." I'm like, "I won't." It's like,
yeah.
Start the clock. It's like Chris's story, like changing the spare, like start the clock.
But I have discovered one that's semi close to our aunt and uncle's house that I do next time we go down there. I'm going to try it out. I don't know if the thing is with those things is you look them up online and you can't really tell if it's a good place to go for craft beer or not. You know what I mean? It's kind of hit and miss. So
yeah.
And the ones that I have actually tried is not close to them, has not been good. It's mostly like moonshines and liquor and stuff, and then your macros with a few craft beers thrown in. But maybe some Sam Adams or some shit that you can get anywhere. It's not been anything.
But the other point down there in Tennessee, you can find some moonshine too. That'll be pretty decent too. So
yeah.
I mean, you can find some people from that will have stills out there if you're lucky enough. But if you don't, at the stores, they usually have some decent brands.
We bought one when we were down there last time. We cracked it open and we took a drink from it. Each of us had a drink out of it. Sealed it back up, put it back in the freezer, and then we fucking went off and left it. So they got a whole thing of moonshine there. Your aunt and uncle don't even drink, so it's like it was like a banana. It was a banana pudding moonshine, and it was good.
I bet it was.
Creamy. I was like, oh, what? Is this
They're like, we'll save it for you.
Yeah, we'll go back and we'll be gone. Like, I don't know what happened.
We had a company over and they drank it. Yeah. What's up, Blake? Cheers, my friend. Watching the phones. Oh, wow. Wi-Fi's out. That sucks. 2 gig. Don't go far. Have a great show. I'll go back a while. Well, thanks, brother. Yeah, hopefully your Wi-Fi comes back in. And I think they were getting some of the weather stuff coming through their area as well. Yeah. So
probably don't take much for him. His was always going out anyway.
Well, he switched over to a different provider, but yeah, which was been a lot better, but still, you are in Arkansas, so something can happen.
That's right.
Oh, let me see here. So up here, Del Hall, that's the name of the guy if you guys don't know, but the last couple of years, Kyle, you probably know the story. He's one of our guys here at 50 West.
Oh, yeah.
He's been doing a beer-only diet for Lent. So he's looking to do it again, but he's raising money for charities now as he does it as well. But he lost last year, he lost 50 pounds. And I forgot what he did the first year when he did it, but all he does is drink beer through Lent until Easter and gives up everything else. Do you think you could just drink beer and give up food and everything for that period?
I don't think I could. What do you just live for the whole time being drunk? Because you don't get stomach, wouldn't it affect you more?
Well, beer used to be nutrients. Like, they used to give beer to prisoners rather than feed them because of the nutrients they would get. But he'll drink different types of beer. So, he'll drink a stout, which have a hardiness to it at some point during the day. He'd drink 4 beers a day at different intervals.
I mean, I'd maybe try it. I wonder after that, does he gain all his weight back from one time to the next?
Well, he said he lost 50 the one year. I guess it was 52 years ago. and then he gained back 20. So he still netted 30 off.
Oh, that's not bad then.
That's not bad at all. Yeah. So this year he's trying to lose 40. He said, but
and it's for what is it? For how many days? 40 days.
Well, it's 40 days, right, to return Lent. So what, to Easter or whatever, Ash Friday? What do you?
Yeah.
I haven't been to cat school since 6th grade, and I'm trying to think: is it when Ash Friday you're allowed to start eating again, or whatever you gave up, or is it actually Easter?
No, I think it is Ash Friday. I believe.
Yeah.
I believe. I'm not really sure either on that. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not Catholic, so I really don't know. But
yeah, like I said, it's been a long time.
Would go and he'd come into work and he'd have the ash cross on his forehead for a couple hours or whatever, and he had to give up something. I guess for him it was usually like scotch or something.
Yeah,
or whatever it was.
I mean, when I went to Catholic school as a kid, yeah, we had Ash Friday, and I get the ash or whatever on there. But I mean, you're a kid, so I don't remember giving up much when you're a kid. Like maybe you were supposed to, but most kids don't stick to it. I don't think. But
yeah,
like the whole communion and all that kind of stuff, and confessional and things like that. Of course, like I said, I've joked before. I was like that kid, like trying to get an extra wafer when they give you the wafer for the body of Christ, like. Like, how can you tell someone you can't have more Jesus in your life, right? Like, you should give me a second one. You should, if I want more Jesus, you should give me more Jesus.
Right? Yeah. Quit being stingy. We pay for those crackers.
Like Jesus, you know what? Jesus would give me an extra cracker. Then he said, priest was like, "Well, come back here. I'll give you that." No, I ain't going back there, Mr. Priest. No way. Moonshine, try the Buffalo Trace White Dog Mash Bill #1. Love it. Okay. Nice recommendation. I haven't had any Buffalo Trace in a while, so I'll definitely maybe look to try that.
That actually has exploded in the last couple of years.
Yeah. So
because it comes out of the same family of the Pappy and Weller and stuff.
Yeah. So here's an interesting concept. Clown shoes. I pull it up here. Oops, wrong thing. Where is it at? Why is it not coming up? Hold on a second here. There we go. Nope, that's not it. Come on, StreamYard. Oh, it's going to a ticker. I don't want a ticker. That's why I was doing it. Clown shoes. So they're actually going to an interesting concept. They're going to actually have a comic strip on their beer cans. So essentially, there's going to be a series where you buy those cans, and around the wrapper will be a comic taking place of a story, and it's like Kung Fu Clown or something like that and everything, where it's like a story of this guy going through this adventure. Kind of interesting. It's kind of an interesting way to hook you in to that series if you're like a comic kind of person. You know, each can you get coming out would be the next part of the story there. I just thought that was
Bazooka Joe.
Well, Bazooka Joe was just jokes, though.
Well, that's true. Yeah, that's true. But it was comic, though. It was a comic
style. Yeah. But I mean, with this, like, you have to get the next can to find out what happens in the story.
Yeah.
So it could be interesting to see, because Clown Shoes, you know, they're known for their artwork and what they do in their cans and stuff. So to put a comic strip on a can, I can see that pulling in some people, especially some of that crossover. Like, I think of Kyle at No Hype Beer Reviews. He's real big into comics. Or even if you think of, like, Jay, big into comics, here's something every time you read the can, it could be like and it could be a collector type thing, possibly. I don't know.
It's a cool concept, but also at the same time, are they grasping for straws? Are they struggling and trying to get more business in, or not?
I think it's something different they might be trying to do, because they've said they've done stuff like that in the past, kind of. But
yeah, I think that's a cool concept, because it definitely would keep you like, oh, get this 4-pack, or get this beer, and you read some of it, and you're like, okay, when's the next one coming out so I can finish, and keep on going down the line. I mean, that's kind of a cool deal. I mean, I hope it works. I used to love Clown Shoes. I don't know that we get them nearly as much as we used to.
We still get them here a good amount. Usually, like Jungle Gyms gets them. I don't know if Party Sorts gets them as much as in Kentucky, but the Ohio side, I can usually find them rather easily. But
Now
I've
they're kind of just okay.
I've been stopped like when I go to look at beers by Clown Shoes artwork. Like, oh, that looks interesting, and
Yeah,
they're good at catching your eye on stuff. So I don't know. It could be an interesting concept. You get the cans, you save the cans, you have a comic strip there, or whatever it may be. Could be interesting.
yeah, it'd be kind of neat to see how that plays out for sure.
I mean, the craft beer world, can labels do stick out for people. So, and then
I mean, it's kind of like food. They always say you always eat with your eyes first. Kind of the same deal.
Oh, yeah.
Like if a can catches your eye, you're gonna probably, at least nothing else, you're gonna pick it up and look at it and see what it is.
Right.
Maybe it's not a style you like, so you put it back, but it drew your attention. So now that's half the battle, is at least getting you to stop and look at that can,
Mm-hmm. And
that's a very cool concept, which could work. I mean, it could work.
This last beer story, I'm actually I'm happy to see, because I did like some of the beers they were doing. So, Boulder Beer is relaunching, and they're gonna have a new look and new talk of a tap room. Last year, they were actually pretty much closing down, and they were taken over by some other companies and other people that really had a nice allegiance to them. They wanted to bring them back. So Boulder has like that shake porter, some other stuff they've actually done. But I thought Boulder did some good beers back in the day and still more recently. So they'll actually be coming back out, and there might be a new tap room out there. They are the first craft brewery that was ever done in Colorado. So you think about Colorado and all the stuff they've done in craft beer, the original, the OG, so to speak, is coming back. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they actually do, because I enjoy their beers when I had them. So I don't know if you've had any of the Boulder stuff over the years, but I found it to be pretty decent.
Was that the what's that shake?
The shake porter?
Shake porter, yeah.
Yeah, that's like one of their more popular ones, I think. Yeah.
I feel like I've had one other one of them, but I can't remember what it is. I don't see a lot of them from them here.
Well, they were basically going out of business last year, and they got picked up by another brewery that wanted to bring them back and out in Colorado, and they're like, no, this is like the original, and we want to keep them alive if we can. So they're relaunching them. So that's a cool thing. Pretty much reviving a great name in the craft beer area. So, but that were the beer news from this week that I saw. We didn't talk too much about it all, but this is the week following the Super Bowl. Is Tom Brady now considered to be the GOAT? Or do you think he was the GOAT?
Well, I mean,
the GOAT ahead of time. Which sounds funny. I don't know if you saw that, but Tom Brady was just drunk the other day. They had a video on that.
I was going to say, did you see the parade they had yesterday? I think it was yesterday on the water. Throwing the trophy to, I think it was Brait, the tight end for him on the
yeah.
Brady was hammered. And I was never a big Brady fan because I hate New England Patriots and I don't like Belichick.
Yeah.
But actually sort of like him now, and I kind of look at him a little different. But saying now, I'm like, how do you not love him now? Because that dude was just he was just plastered.
Well, Brady getting helped out of the bar was kind of like, okay, he is human. It's like, the Brady has. I always joke around. He has such a charmed life, right? He marries a supermodel. He wins a title in college. He wins like 7 Super Bowls. He's been in 10 now. He's always had all these good things happen to him. It's like, oh, he's drunk getting helped out of a bar. It's like, how do you not like him now? Like, it's kind of like,
Only thing that would have made that better is if he heaved the trophy and he didn't get close to him and it went in the water. Like, oops. He'd be like, that's all right. I got 6 more. I don't really need that one anyway. What difference does it make?
But I mean, at this point, I've always been more of a Montana fan, which is another interesting thing, because I don't know if it was meant to be coincidental or whatever, but Guinness launched an advertising campaign with Montana. After Tom Brady wins the Super Bowl, now you have Montana in these commercials, like trying to remind people or something. I don't know, but 7 Super Bowls, 10 Super Bowl appearances.
I mean, he's been in the Super Bowl half his career. It was like 50% or something like that.
Yeah, they said he's actually statistically he gets the more Super. His percentage to go to Super Bowls is higher than Steph Curry hitting a 3-pointer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of like
doesn't make any sense.
yeah, it's crazy like to think, but he had a charmed career. I mean, he still has it if he comes back. I'm kind of curious if he comes back again. I would think at this point, does he want to try to risk coming back, or he just calls it a career? I mean, you've had other ones that were near him, or you were in that group. You know, Drew Brees is retiring. Phillip Rivers retired. Rodgers would be the only question out there really for him if he was trying to hold on to the records or something like that, or if they were competing against stuff. But I don't know. I don't know if there's nothing to come back for.
Right. To me, now he's. Because I think a lot of people, me sort of included, was when he played for New England. Yeah, they had some good teams. Not great. Some of them weren't even that great. Always considering more of like.
I mean, they only had one Hall of Fame receiver, really, in Andy Moss.
I always kind of considered him like a systematic quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
You look at New England, they run the same schematics no matter what. Even when Brady's gotten hurt in the years, the backup always come in and did a good job. They've gone on to other careers at different places and have been absolute dog shit. So it's kind of like, okay, it's just a system. Maybe it's not so much Tom Brady. Now it's kind of always felt that way a little bit. Now he's gone to Tampa and he won with arguably probably the best receiving core he's ever had in his career on that team, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't think there's probably not even any argument about that.
Right.
So now it's like, so he won with a different team. What, like you said, what else does he have to prove? He got away from the New England thing, did his own thing in a different division, different conference, won the whole thing this first year. What would be a better time than now to retire? Like, why come back?
Gilbert said Tommy got to have a hard seltzer.
What was he drinking? Mango vodka or something?
He was ripped though.
Tequila or something. Whatever they said he was drinking, they were like guaranteed here in about 2 months he'll have his own line of whatever it was he was drinking.
Yeah.
It was some kind of flavored something. I don't even remember what it was now.
Well, you think if he, it might be a hard decision for him what he wants to do just because, and again, I haven't watched much of the NFL. I tuned in for a couple parts of the Super Bowl to see what was going on. But if you got Antonio Brown coming back as a receiver, and I don't know if Gronk will come back for another year because Gronk came out of retirement for this year. I don't know if he would stay out of retirement if Tom asked him to. You got Fournette as a running back who's young. And you got Mike Evans as another receiver.
Yeah, and Godwin. And
Godwin. It's kind of like, well, I got all the tools around me. And we all know, like, Tom Brady really can't be touched because the refs, if you get close, they blow a whistle.
Right.
So it's like, he could be out there in a walker and probably win a Super Bowl at this point.
I mean, I read something the other day where they were saying he's taken such good care of his body that he's, like, in comparison, still like a young 30-something.
Yeah.
Even though he's 42 or whatever he is more like in a 30-something body. Because he's taken such good care of him over the years. So, I mean, he could probably play another 2, 3, 4
probably
years
could.
if he really wanted to, I mean, he ain't showing any signs of any deterioration this year, that's for sure.
No. I mean, it'll just be interesting.
The last half of the season where they didn't even lose a game. Last time they lost a game was at Kansas City.
Yeah. Well, I think Vince Evans, when he retired, was like the oldest quarterback, but he was a backup, right? I think he made it to like 45 or so before he retired. But to be a starter and take those snaps would be something interesting to see for sure.
Yeah. Now, if it was a deal where he just played for an offensive line that was just god awful, and he was getting his ass, picking up off the ground every other snap, then I'm probably done. But
that's the other thing. He is a good offensive line too.
I don't think they ever hit him often, so it's like, wow, if he wants to play, why not?
Yeah, I mean, you're playing in the NFC South, right? So you figure if Breeze retires, the Saints are kind of almost in their mode. They got to adjust to the new quarterback, right? The Panthers are in adjustment mode already.
Well, the Falcons are going to lose Ryan probably.
And the Falcons might lose Ryan. So it's kind of like you almost can walk into the playoffs with what he has there.
Right.
So I was like, maybe I'll roll the dice a little bit more, and
I could
You know,
see him
it'd be
coming back
interesting.
for another year.
Yeah,
Even if Gronk doesn't come back,
yeah,
Cameron Braid or whatever his name is a really good tight end. So it's like
yeah. He's
you're not
good
really
too.
losing.
Yeah, he's got him there, right? So it's
Yeah,
like,
it's like you're not really losing anything. I mean, defense is solid. Like, well, I can see him coming back for another year.
how bad was it for that lineman that dropped the touchdown pass? You know, you get the one chance in a big game, and Tom Brady's going to throw you a touchdown pass, and it went through his hands, got knocked away.
I know.
They're like, we did this all the time in New England. I can't believe you can't do it here in Tampa. Yeah, so your one shot at glory. Your one shot. You messed it up.
All you had to do was catch it. Couldn't even do that.
Couldn't even do that. But yeah, so now it was interesting there, and so football's done. Now we're at college basketball. They're trying to figure out who's doing what for that because you got the Corona stuff. I mean, West Virginia plays Saturday, but their two of the games already postponed because it was against Baylor. The next two Baylor games are postponed because of Corona. I know Indiana, you guys have went through some stuff there too, I think, with
the school itself really hasn't, so we've kind of been lucky there, but we've had
the teams though for games.
One against Michigan, one against Michigan State that's been canceled. So
yeah. So it'll be interesting.
We play the Buckeyes Saturday, so
that'll be a good game for you guys.
It'll be a big game.
Yeah,
it's a big game. We can't afford to lose too many more. Although right now they got us sitting pretty good for a tournament, but
I don't know. I mean, looking at the basketball season, it's almost like, are you gonna do like football where you had teams that were like 3 and 5 getting into bowl game? Like, it's so hard to judge. Like before, you would have to be a certain level, but now it's kind of like, well, if a team didn't get enough games, but that they passed the eye test as being a solid contender, do you still put them in? Type situation.
That's like Michigan. They were rolling, and probably one of the, besides Gonzaga and Baylor.
Shout out to Juwan Howard for what he's doing up there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and now they've been shut down for 2.5 weeks where they can't even practice or anything.
Yeah.
So they'll probably expect those guys to come right out and maybe play a game in 2 days after they're able to come back and practice. Like, how are they supposed to do that? Like, that doesn't even.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they're probably doing stuff on their own on the outside, but totally takes away from your team chemistry.
Oh yeah, to be able to do that stuff and play together. Yeah.
And practicing is not the same as actual gameplay. I mean, you got to get your legs back underneath you and everything else. Like, I don't know how that's gonna. That might wreck their season. They come back, especially in the 10 being as tough as it is. It's like, what are they gonna do? They're liable to come back and lose every game from here on out.
Yeah. And shout out to Eclectic Beer and his Alabama boys. I didn't know Alabama was playing that good at basketball until a few weeks ago. I was watching some of their games, and they got a little bit of a squad down there. So, not just football.
One of my good friends loves the head coach for them that they did. I think maybe this is his first year or second year. He thinks he's going to be really good.
And well, Swami's announced that, damn, my team sucks. Can't score a goal to save my life. Well, thanks for the super chat, brother. But and I'm just laughing at like he's got to be watching Ottawa right now, and Ottawa's got him frustrated again. Yeah, he's huge on the Ottawa Senators. I haven't even played my hockey game in a while. We used to play hockey against Dan Booze Reviews, but I haven't played him in a bit. I'm drinking.
I saw they had one on sale, which they may still have one on sale. I was going to tell you about it, which you may already have.
Hockey 2021 or whatever. No, I got 2019, I think, for the hockey one.
I think it was. I can't remember if it was 2K or EA. It might have been both, but they were both on sale for like $20-something, maybe.
I don't think 2K has a hockey game, though. I thought just EA did.
Oh, maybe it was just EA then.
But, I was about to tell you, I was going to send you a thing. There's a new game I told EB about as well that is free right now. It's kind of, those escape rooms they have?
Yeah.
Companies. Well, they have a game on PS4 right now that is free. It's kind of like an escape room game, but it's like you're in a castle, you and another friend, and you partner up to try to figure out, but you're not in the same area. So you're in two different areas. So you got to use clues together. And right now, that's actually free. So I'll send you the link for that later.
Oh,
If you want
okay.
to check that out. But it's kind of cool because you have to like use strategy. Like, well, what do you see over there to what do you see where you're at to try to piece together things so you can escape or whatever.
Can you only play 2 players or can you
It's
do more?
just two. It's just 2 players. So it's either you play with a friend or it's like random. They put you with somebody. So kind of interesting.
That'd be cool. Like if you and I and like Alan could play and do it all the same game. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool looking. I mean, it's a little.
Still
the graphics,
cool though.
Yeah, it's more like like you say, you're in a castle. The graphics, I feel like the memory on it was only like 600 and something megs or whatever. So it's kind of like a different type of game. It's not like one of the full blown newer type games. So it downloaded really quick, but it seemed like a pretty fun thing. It's probably like some counter to Among Us or something. You know, they're coming up with that Among Us was such a basic game, and probably some companies are doing other stuff like that. But yeah. But we got Chad in the house, and Chad's drinking a porter from Evil Genius Beer Company, Caramel Macchiato Porter. That sounds pretty decent. I would like good. I would definitely enjoy that. What do you think about that one, Chad? Evil Genius, I've been told, makes some good beers. I need to try to see if I can find them at Jungle Gyms. We got Michael in the house, Western Beer Reviews. What is going on, Michael? Cheers, brother.
Welcome.
And if you guys haven't checked out Michael started his beer channel a while back. He's having some fun out there in Cali, California love, making some beer videos. So make sure you check him out too. Right now, Chad, I'm actually drinking the barrel-aged Guinness Imperial Stout, by the way. So that's the one that brought out around Christmas time. It's Christmas time in Hollis, Queens. Mom, it's been a low run DMC. A Rona outbreak on the Sens would save their season. Yeah. Can we get some Rona in here so we can call the games? A little bit of Rona. We need 2 weeks off, please. So what? Can a player fake that? Like, yeah, I got the Rona. Oh, he got the Rona. He got the Rona. We got to shut it down.
Yeah, we got to quarantine. We're done. We're out for 2 weeks.
I wonder if South Park did an episode about the Rona. I can imagine what they probably would do with it. I haven't seen it. Was it pretty funny?
Oh, you haven't? Yeah, that's the first time I've watched South Park in probably 2 or 3 years. They did an hour-long pandemic special. And
I haven't seen that one.
Hilarious. So they call, everybody wears their mask, but then they always pull them down around their chins. So they call them chin diapers on the whole episode. They're like, put your chin diaper on. I'm like, that's awesome, like chin diaper. It's like, that's totally what it is. The people wearing them, they don't wear them right. It's like, yeah.
Michael says, thanks for the shout out.
It's pretty good.
Welcome, Cali is good with all disasters, bro. Whistle and draft and how the gentleman hit the like. Well, thanks, brother. Yeah, we're doing good. I'm on the 3rd beer. I think, Todd, you in the 2nd or 3rd beer there?
No,
3rd. Yeah, you got the Wee Mac. And so I actually had the Lagunitas earlier, the Sonamica out of Petaluma or Chicago. I'm not sure where they brewed this one at. And I had the Elysian Bifrost before I had the Guinness Barrel Age. So things are good. We're enjoying some good beers.
I'll start out with that one.
The Coffee Creamer.
And then followed it up with a little white ale action.
I think you talked me into getting that one next time I see that there.
It's actually pretty decent. It's a good, easy drinker, that's for sure.
So Chad asked an interesting question. What should you check out if it's your first time at Jungle Gyms? Well, one depends what it depends what Jungle Gyms you go to.
Time on your hands.
Yeah, you want to give yourself some time to actually do some shopping there. If you have to choose between the two, I would choose Eastgate over Fairfield. Eastgate has a bigger selection, I believe. And then it's a matter of choosing what you usually like. I mean, there's so many different beers that are actually there. You got the international section. You got all over the country. You got a draft station that's there. If you got growlers you want to fill, they can do that for you. It all depends. It's kind of like They got the discount section too, which is always a great deal. Glasses, if you need beer glasses, they have beer glasses at great prices as well. I don't know. I mean,
you got to check out the hot sauce room.
you got to check out the hot sauce room if you like spices. You want to check out the hot sauce section, which is bigger than a lot of people's offices.
I was saying, I don't even really call it a section. That's why I said room, because it's basically a room of hot sauces from every single place in the world, I think. I'm sure. It's ridiculous.
If you like cigars, the humidor area is huge. They got great stuff there as well. It all depends on what you're looking for.
I think everything that they have that you're used to seeing in your normal grocery store is that times 10. Like every single thing.
Yeah.
Like, if you have like beef jerky you want to go see, like they'll have like a whole freaking owl times 10 of beef jerky.
Well, even if you were candy, the candy section is crazy.
Yeah.
All different stuff. Yeah. It's an adult playground. I mean, not everything is there for adults. Like I say, candy, kids eat candy. But if you're an adult and you go to the beer section, and if you want to get cigars, you can easily be there for a couple hours or so. But if you get hungry, they actually have places in there where you can eat and gather your thoughts, and then go back and stop for more. Yeah. Jungle Gyms is definitely an experience. So, yeah,
it's a must stop if you're ever in the area for sure. Anybody just traveling through, like if you're just passing through, I'm going through that way. Stop.
Whoops. Yeah, it's like the wife won't even go with me there anymore. It's just like no. It's like you're there too long. I'm not going. So. But it's she'll tell me to bring her something back. She'll like, bring me this back though if you go. Like, why don't you go? Oh, I'm not going with you to Jungle Gyms.
I almost feel like though if you're there for less than 2 hours, it's an injustice.
It is. Like,
I mean, you just get lost in time. Like, yeah, drop me off. When do you open? 8:00. When you close? Okay, just pick me up when it closes. Yeah. I'll be there for him.
It's funny too when you say like the two like sometimes I'll go to Jungle Gyms and she's like, why did I get our hair done or whatever like that? So I'll take her to her hairdresser, which is like 20 minutes from the Fairfield location of Jungle Gyms. And it's like, well, how long is it going to be? She'll be like, probably like 2 hours or so. And I'll be in there and she'll send me a message. Oh, about 20 minutes close to being done. And I'm like, look down, it's already been 2 hours. I'm like,
damn it.
I'm not done yet. I'm not even done here. Like, okay.
I haven't even put nothing in my cart yet. What do you mean?
I'm like, hang tight. I'll be back soon. He's like,
oh, man.
Yeah. It was pretty awesome. So what is the seafood department? They've got the seafood department. I've never gotten seafood there, but they have a lot of stuff from around the world. It's an international market, so they get different things for sure.
Chad, the seafood department is the kind where you walk by, and it's like the glass case or whatever. It's full of ice, and there's like actual fish just laying on there, and they'll scale, clean it or whatever for you. And I mean, it's crazy. Like, you can get anything you want there.
It's like fish you see, like you don't even know what it is. It's just like a fish laying. Like, I've never seen that fish before. Like Kroger don't get that.
In fact, when we were there was 2 months ago, whenever it was, when we stopped by at your house there a day.
Mm-hmm.
Walked through and there was a fish. I don't know how big this thing was. I mean, I feel like it was as long as like a couch would be laying on ice in this thing. I'm like, what in the hell what are you going to do with that? If you buy that, what are you going to do with this?
Yeah.
What kind of fish is that? I don't even know what it was, but it was just laying there. I was like, all right, it's cool.
They'll be like, we got sea urchin. They'll be like, I've heard about those before.
It's amazing. It's mind-boggling. It's almost it's overwhelming is what it is.
It's like you see all kind of exotic fruit and you're like, I don't even know what this is, but it looks interesting. It's just like you're trying to figure it out or whatever. You don't even know how to open a damn fruit. It's just crazy. Yeah, Jungle Gyms is up. I try to go there. If I go there, like maybe once a quarter, because I know if I go there, I'm dropping dollars. So it's just like I don't need to go there. Like I wouldn't use it as my regular grocery store. Just how crazy it is there.
No. I told Shane this. Like I couldn't. If I lived a mile down the road from Jungle Gyms, I would not go grocery shopping there because one, it's overwhelming. Two, it'd take you half of a Sunday to go through it just to get what you needed.
Just to get what you need there.
There's no way I could do that. Like I was too over. It's almost so like I don't know what the anxiety maybe kind of sets in a little bit. You're just like, oh, this is so much. Like I don't even know where to go.
There's times in there where you're looking at the different beers you want to get, and it's kind of like, well, I'll get. And you're like, well, I didn't want to spend this much, but it's like, damn it, if I don't get it now, I won't see it again. And it's like, you almost like start to feel like the beads of sweat or something happen. Like I got to do it. Fuck it. I got to do it. You throw it in the cart, and you're just like,
I feel like the walls are closing in. You got to go. Like time's running out. I got to get going.
You almost get the discount beers just to offset it. Like,
well, I mean, you almost have to.
Yeah.
I mean, I did last time. I felt like I got a steal because like I spent $100 and what on beer. Oh, I got these. Well, it cost me $8 for 2 4-packs. That was good.
It's like if I look at the whole amount and divide it by the bottles of beer, I come out a lot better than thinking about it.
Right, it's a good deal. It's a good deal.
Yeah. Jungle Gems is a classic gem. Like I said on the show before, one of the places that had it rated as one of the top 5 places to buy beer in the country. So they do a great job. I'm fortunate though, like Todd will tell you, in our area, like we got Jungle Gems, but we have another place called Party Source. I got another place called Party Town. I got some other places that are local around. So finding beer here is not hard, and they all have different deals. Like Depths. Depths was doing $6.99 6-packs or $12.99. I'm sorry, $6.99 12-packs or $12.99 cases of the Urban Artifact pickle beer they came out with, which is crazy because they're never that open. They just had too much of it, so they were trying to just get it all out.
See, I don't have any place around here that does deals like that.
Yeah. So it's like I may swing by there this weekend just to see what they got because they still have some other stuff they put out there. But it's like we get so much beer that comes through the area, and like I said, in our area, like and where Depths is, you're probably in an area that's probably 60-70% more macro beer drinkers. So a lot of times they break deals on a lot of the craft beer they get over there. Jungle Gems just does deals because of the volume they have. They got so much stuff in, they got to move things. But
hell, some of the local like gas stations in the area, even maybe on the Kentucky side, probably carry better craft beer selections than a lot of.
Oh, I guarantee it.
Like a lot of liquor stores in certain towns,
I guarantee it. We did a road trip to. It was either Columbus or Dayton. I can't remember, 71 to 75. I got it saved in my Google Maps. And we stopped to get gas at BP. And I turn around while I'm pumping gas, and it says craft beer sell or whatever it has, or whatever it had on the label. So I told her, well, I'm going to go run it here real quick because, it says craft beer. So she was like, she's her usual response, don't be too long, So, and I walk into this gas station at BP, and it's just like doors open, and it's like pearly gates of heaven, and you see this light shine down on this section over here. It's like all craft beers, and I'm like, "You got anything I can carry this stuff out in?" Because most people get like a 6-pack or whatever. Like, no, I need a little. So I got like one of the 24 case things, and I'm going around putting stuff. The guy's like, "You're getting a lot of beer there." It's like, "Yeah, this is what I do," So. Yeah. I come up, load them into the back of the Jeep. She's like, "You get what you want?" I go, "Oh yeah, I got what I want."
And then some.
And then some. So yeah, some of our gas stations.
You sold more beer than I've sold in a month.
Yeah, we have gas stations that have like 20 taps in some of their places. Like seriously, it's just crazy on the beer around this area. Is Jungle Gems the one that claimed the average 50,000 customers? It may be. They get a lot of customers in on the weekend. Well, at least they were pre-corona. I don't know what it is now because they do have some limitations, but that place is usually packed.
I would say it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a definite like destination where people probably like 2 hours away, be like, all right, we're gonna go to Jungle Gym. Kind of like IKEA is for us. We'll go to IKEA just because we're not around. We got one in Indianapolis, but honestly, it's the same, almost exact same distance from here to Indianapolis to the one where you're at. But I can go to the one where you're at because then it means we're stopping in Jungle Gyms too. So
There you go.
It's the exact same. I mean, it's like 4 miles difference. I'm like, okay,
Location.
stay in state and go up, or we can go there and go to Jungle Gems too. Yeah, we're going to Ohio.
Well, I think it's that one travel guide or whatever, like Zagat or something like that. I bet like Jungle Gyms is in there. Like, it's just a known thing. Like, if you're in Cincinnati, Jungle Gyms is the place to go. So,
I mean, it's unique for sure. Like, I've never been in a grocery store anything like it. I mean, I've been into some obscure places, but nothing like that.
Yeah, it's just freaking awesome. And it's just like adult playground, like I said. You know.
Yeah. Even if you're not going in for beer or whatever, just anything in general, like across the board. Like I said, the hot sauce section. I mean, just anything like seasonings. Just rubs or seasons or whatever. Like they have aisles upon aisles of that stuff. It's like if you really want to stop and look at what they have, it'd take you all day. I mean, you could literally go there opening and leave at closing time, and you probably even go through half the store if you really was shopping.
They literally give you your carts will have cup holders in them. It's where you said, well, you could put a soda or lemon. Nobody ever does that. Like, people always have beers in their cup holder because you have live draft there. So it's like people are walking around the store shopping with beer, and it's just like it's like an experience for that day. So you have a great time going through and picking up great beers, hanging out, and like I've met some of the salespeople out there from other beer stuff, and then it's like, you're talking to them, and it's like, man, half an hour's going or whatever. You're like, they're telling you what the good beers are that they're putting out and stuff like that, or you're connecting with people. So, yeah. I've been there enough that sometimes people even ask me where the beers are. Like, do you work here? Like, because you were telling the other person, like, oh, no, but I've been here enough. So it's over in aisle, 5. Like,
go.
And you'll see it there. Yeah. That's not, It's almost like I can show up like at Target with the red shirt and khakis on and probably get people walking around and stuff. Yeah, if Jungle Gyms had a uniform like that, I could go in there and people would think I would work there. What's up, Throttle? Cheers, my man.
What's up, Throttle?
Yeah, so I was going to try not to buy any beer until maybe March or April because I'm trying to get my boxes down in the basement that I have right now, which are starting to come down. I'm getting stuff into the cooler, but that high wire you showed me earlier, some other stuff, I'm kind of like, shit, I'm going to have to go out again at some point and see if I come across this, because the problem with craft beer is if you don't get it then, you may not get it. So
that's right, yeah. And Alan was at icing on the cake. He's already had a 4-pack, so
yeah, he went to a 4-pack like nothing, so I know it's got to be damn good then. So yeah.
It definitely made me think of maybe I'll just get 1 or 2 I'll probably get a 4-pack of it now.
Probably. Well, I didn't pick up the last one from Dragon's Milk either, which I heard was pretty good too for their fourth quarter. They had a different version that came out, so I'll have
Which
to
one
see.
was that one?
I can't remember which brand that was, but it was the one after the one I got last time.
The last 2 I've seen and picked up was the Solera.
It was after the Solera.
And it was the vanilla one. Vanilla, and it was like a vanilla chai or something.
I didn't get the vanilla chai. I think that was the second, and the Solera was the third, but it was after the Solera. Because they come out every 3 months, I believe, with their variations on that now. The Solera was good, though. The next
one's going to be?
No, did you see it?
Peanut butter.
Well, shit. Well, see it again. Now I got to snack.
Right?
You know when the peanut butter cake say.
Beer right, that one's going to be good. I mean, it has to be.
God, just take my money already, Take my money.
I don't know if it's the next one out, but I think it is, but I've seen it. I've seen it a couple weeks ago that it was coming. It's on the horizon. So I assume it's the next one coming out.
Peanut butter has definitely found a new stride with craft beer. A lot of people are doing peanut butter beers, that's for sure. So it'll be interesting to see what takes place going forward. But yeah. But what time is it? 11:05. I think we'll go ahead and get this baby wrapped down. Again, we started earlier to try to lessen a little bit, but we still have as much fun over the period of time. So, and in actuality, you get more fun time with me and Todd here. So
there you go.
Yeah. But anything you want to say before we shut it down or take off here for tonight?
No, appreciate everybody tuning in as always. And if you're getting some bad weather coming your way, stay safe.
Yeah, everybody definitely stay
Need you
safe out
drinking
there.
those good beers over the weekend.
Load up before the storms hit, so that way you're protected and you have some good beer or whiskey, whatever you want to have in the house. Maybe wine. I do got a bottle of wine. I need to drink it. So not that I need to drink it. It's just here. I want to drink it at some point, but go ahead and get yourself protected. Let me take a look here at Tossing. Oh yeah, mark it down.
It's the peanut butter.
Yeah. That'll be an automatic pickup. Like there's few beers that I go to a spot and I say, just get in the cart, right? You know what I mean? Like whenever I see like the new Dragon's Milk, it's usually like get in the cart. I just grab. I don't even look. Like 4-pack, no problem. Just get right on in. We're going to go ahead and get you home and get you nice and comfortable so I can drink you later on. So yeah, peanut butter from them. Does it say the ABV on that one? Is that like 11 as well?
No, it says, well, here's what so this is their Instagram post. It says peanut butter, cocoa nibs, and peanut butter poet, whatever that is. I'm not sure what that is. But it says pre-orders is Saturday, 1/16. So I don't know if it's
So it should be out already then. It was 1/16. Maybe.
So does it mean this is a brewery only, or are they actually going to distro it? I would think they would distro that. It's a reserve, right?
Yeah, I would think they would. But maybe it's just to get your orders in ahead of time to make sure you get it.
Oh, so that peanut butter poet is a...
Oh, it's the poet. You say a poet. It's the poet, right?
Oh, well, poet, yeah.
Because poet's going to go beers.
Imperial oatmeal stout peanut butter. So that's the can next to it.
Yeah, the poet is one of their beers they kind of did. Oh shit! Damn it! Yeah, so the poet. Yeah, but they're making a peanut butter variation of the poet. Then was they based off like Edgar Allan Poe type situation?
Oh yeah. Well, I don't think I've ever actually had that one. But
the poet's pretty good.
Also in that, so
the poet's pretty solid. You know what, Throttle? I have not had that one. I've seen it numerous times. I think I'll pick it up to do a review on it when I go back out to the next run as well. Is that one that you actually liked? And then, thank you, Chad. Thanks for being here, brother. We try to make it a fun Thursday night as we head into the weekend for sure. And glad you enjoyed yourself as well. And always like you guys sharing what you guys are drinking out there. Jesus, Throttle says minus 30 Celsius where he's at. That is freaking cold.
Keep that shit there.
Cheers, fools, and stay safe. You too, Gilbert, headed into your birthday weekend.
Gilbert.
Yeah.
Happy birthday again.
Enjoying some good stuff. I know he's been sharing some good stuff there in the Beer Coalition as well. So Gilbert's on, and that's a cool thing. If anybody's on here on Facebook, the Beer Coalition is a group that we have there. If you want to join, you can check that out. Everybody shares a lot of the different beer things there too. But tomorrow, I actually have the upload that is set. It's going to be. I'm trying to upload the Innocent Gun Irish Whiskey Barrel Aged Stout. So that'll be actually scheduled, I think, tomorrow at 5 or so. If you guys haven't seen that, so. And yes, try Wells originally. Okay, nice. Yeah, I've seen the banana one. I just haven't picked it up. Great temperature for making clear ice for cocktails. I don't doubt that at all. Yeah, you don't even need the fridge right now. We'll just put everything outside. So yeah, but yeah. So I have that other one coming up tomorrow, and I might actually put up a 2 or 3 a day just to kind of get my library updated on stuff. And then I'm going to do some more beer type stuff this weekend, some more beer news type items. I'll be doing another podcast. So if you guys want to follow the podcast, that is in the details as well in the description. The podcast is something I'm doing on Mondays. Usually I get on the podcast site, which I'm using Podbean around 12, but then that filters now to iTunes and Amazon and some other sites as well. So if you guys prefer podcast versions, the podcast is up there as well. And that's something a little bit different because the podcast is me more talking kind of in that way of covering some different information, kind of talking to the listeners rather than kind of the video interaction here. But appreciate all you guys for sure for checking in, hanging out with us on a Thursday night. Look forward to doing some stuff with you guys here again. Try to do some more live broadcasts maybe this weekend or something too. So see what may be popping up along those lines. But that being said, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Todd, you got anything you want to say again before I close out? Good to go?
Yep,
all
good
right.
to go. Look forward to seeing everybody next Thursday.
All right, guys. Well, you guys keep drinking those good craft beers. Remember, there's always time. Get your beer on.